Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560 toll free for Dade and Broward or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Little reality check by the Dolphins. They are a passing football team. Asking Marino to hand the football off to a running back is kind of like asking a brain surgery to operate on hemorrhoids.
This is Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie. I'm interested in getting some operations done.
Okay.
And some body contouring and some liposuction.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you get some tummy tuck and lip augmentation, cosmetic breast surgery, facelift, all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering...
What would you like to start with?
Well, I need to get everything done. Probably the first thing I'd like to have removed is my thing.
Okay, we don't do that.
No. Could you do breast implants, though?
It can be done, but I don't know if they would do it right away.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
$5,000.
Excellent. I'd like to have my skin resurfaced, too.
Mm-hmm.
Laser surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Have the lambs stopped crying yet, Mommy?
Excuse me?
Don't hurt Mommy's little baby. It puts the lotion in the basket. I'd like to get the liposuction that I saw on TV.
Okay.
Can you make me look more like a woman?
Well, we'll have to see you first, and then upon looking at you, we can tell you that when we see you.
Should I wear my skin suit made of body parts, Mommy?
If you'd like to.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Would you like to make an appointment?
Yes.
Okay. There is a $100 consultation fee.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Buffalo Bill.
Okay, let me get a little information from you, okay? Just one moment.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Do you want to come in for a consultation for
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Okay. Would you like to make an appointment, or do you want to call me back?
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand.
I've got my skin suit nipple necklace.
Bill.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand that. Would you like to
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Would you like to make an appointment?
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Okay, I will talk to you another time, okay?
It puts the lotion in the basket. Hello?
Why don't we just play that for 4 hours today, huh? Oh, God. Hey, it's 10:03 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you.
I'm sweating from it.
Oh, man. And, of course, if you didn't see the Silence of the Lambs, you're going, what's so funny?
Joe Costello still hasn't.
What? Joe Costello still hasn't seen it? We're sitting here like with tears running down our eyes, and Joe's like, well, what's so funny about that? Okay, well, hey, listen, nobody's perfect. You see that nose? So anyway, I go away for a weekend for a couple of days. I just go out of town a little bit, come back, and old Governor Bumpkin, the he-coon, dies. He sure got a hell of a lot of nerve, and Buddy McKay's not too happy about it. He's probably thinking, man, why couldn't you do this? If you're going to do this, why not do it a couple of months sooner? And you notice, by the way, they found his body just a few feet away from his George exercise bike. Well, of course, now that George is like filling in when I go on vacation, or like when I take a long, extra hour on the weekend like Friday. What did George give me for my birthday this year? And even came over to the house to put together to make sure I would use it right away and a lot. An exercise bike. How do you like that?
Boy!
Yeah. And Governor Bumpkin dies just a few. Now, here's a guy with an enlarged heart, 68 years old. What the hell is he doing in there with all these exercises? Huh? What's he doing in there puffing and huffing? And then I love this article in the paper, like they know. They found his body 7.5 hours after he died. But it says, let's see. Oh, maybe it was not in there. Maybe it was in the Sun Sentinel. One moment, please, okay? One moment, please, because they've got it all figured out. It says, with his brain deprived of, his heart began beating erratically during a regular workout because of his abnormally enlarged heart. With his brain deprived of oxygen, he lost consciousness and slipped off a stationary bike. His death was probably quick and painless, according to a preliminary. How the hell do they know that? They don't know that. Preliminary autopsy said it was quick and painless, right. So Buddy McKay is really pissed off because now he gets to be governor for, a little over 2 weeks? And that's the end of that? And Jeb Bush is kissing the ground, boy. If this would have happened a couple of months ago, we would have no Governor Booch, I tell you that. Oh, by the way, speaking of Booch, you better booch up a little bit over there at the Orange Bowl. Yeah, I saw in the news last night. I saw that ridiculous crap. Well, I saw two pieces, or I guess it was this morning on Channel 7. More mincing queens there at the big celebration last night with the balloons. Well, I guess it is legal at least to blow balloons anyway. Huh? Yeah, well, if you're going to put your energies into something, you might as well be blowing balloons. And so they had all those balloons going, the 500 or so gay rights supporters there after celebrating the passage of the gay rights ordinance in Dade County. Oh! There you go. And, of course, leave it to the media to always, find the fruitiest. And of course, they're stopping around busting these balloons, which makes them look even fruitier than they would have been if they'd have just been standing there doing whatever they would have been doing. So on the one hand, we had that. Then on the other hand, we go over and see the scene from the Orange Bowl where these crazy spicks, they wanted 100,000 people to show up there Saturday night to protest the passage, the protest anti-discrimination law, to show the world that we still can be bigoted against those maricones. And I think they just, the 100,000, they came close, they just left 1,000 off. They had the 100, but the 1,000 part was the part that they missed. Yeah, it looked like there was a smattering. 2,000 my ass, okay? There was a couple of hundred misfits there, and they schlepped along their kids to inflate the count and make it look good. And the whole thing, by the way, was in Espanol. They played a little bit of the audio. And that was it, as usual. Oh, boy. What a world, huh? What a crazy world. And then, of course, Joe DiMaggio. He just keeps hanging in there, and he is pissed off. He is fired up and pissed off. He's had it. He's sick and tired of the goddamn media sticking their nose in there and all of these false reports, he said as he took one or two breaths. Why can't they just, and I agree with him, okay, why can't they just let this man die with a little bit of dignity? Why is it that every time he farts, we have to read about it, find out what flavor it was, how long it lasted, did he sneak it, was it like did it stain the sheet? Something like that. Why do we have to find out about that? Why can't they let this poor, ugly old fart die in peace? Which would be symbolic, I think, because baseball has died over the weekend. Boy, it's amazing. Governor dies. Mo Udall. Remember Mo Udall? You don't remember Senator Morris Udall from Utah? Mo Udall?
No.
No, come on. Tell me you're joking. Who ran for president before you were born? You don't remember Mo Udall?
No.
Former Utah senator, Democrat. Good guy, huh? Liked the outdoors. He was like one of those Earl Gibbons guys. Used to eat the bark off the trees. Good guy. He's dead. But baseball's dead because they just gave Kevin Brown. Now keep in mind, here is a guy who's a pitcher. I don't care if he's the best pitcher in the history of the game, which he's not. So a pitcher plays every 4 or 5 days, okay? Not an everyday player. He plays every 4 or 5 days. And a few years ago, was it 3-4 years ago, when the Braves gave Greg Maddux $6 million a year, a pitcher, very good one, but nevertheless, everybody said, oh, my God, that's ridiculous. That's an unacceptable amount for a pitcher who only plays every 4th or 5th day. Well, hey, listen, sparing no expense, the Dodgers said, hey, how about $15 million a year for 7 years for Kevin Brown, who will be 41 years old by the time that contract ends. Anybody think he's going to be pitching by the time he's 41 years old?
No.
Hey, listen, $105 million for 7 years, $15 million a year for a pitcher, for a baseball player, for a guy that wears a jockstrap, for a guy who on the one hand talked all about his allegiance and how he wanted to stay here 2 years ago after he helped the Marlins win the championship, then went to San Diego, helped them to get into the World Series, and then jumped ship again because he's nothing but another whore, okay? He's nothing but a whore. I mean, I'm sure San Diego would have paid him like, a few million a year. Could he have scraped by on maybe a few million a year?
Uh-huh.
He could have probably squeezed by. But these guys are all whores. At least stick around for a little while, okay? Like a couple of years would make it look good. $15 million a year. I'm going to tell you, they can take baseball. You know what you can do with your baseball? That's what you can do with it, okay? I'm out. Not that it's going to make any difference, but I'm on the outside looking in. I want nothing to do with that crap. These people have taken leave of their senses, baby. They've lost total contact, and they expect you bastards to keep paying for it. That's the best part. More and more and more. Oh, and if you'll just, like Gary Bettman just told the people in Phoenix, if you'll build a new arena there for the Coyotes, we'll have the All-Star game there. All right. Sound familiar? 9 minutes after 10 is 560 WQA.
Why didn't he arrest him for saying, Mickey, my d***, you motherfucker? I said, come over here, you sucker, I'll knock you out. That's what I said.
It's not Evian. It's no Perrier. It's not even tap water.
Tastes like piss.
It is. The new bottled water that tastes like piss because it is. You're in for a treat. The new bottled piss water. The next time you want to quench your thirst, take a piss. Piss water from Kidney Bottling Company, Golden Shower, Colorado. It's best.
In Michigan, we used to call it Stroh's, I think. 10:15 at 560 WQAM. So not only is the rest of the world totally confounded, Bubba's over there with Arafat right now speaking in the Gaza Strip. They're doing it. Not only are they totally perplexed and confounded about all this Republican mania, this lynch mob we got going in Washington, but the markets, man, are taking a gigantic, wow. You watch. Already down 79 this morning, the Dow, and going to drop like a rock. Just a total bunch of crap. That's right. Because we have a bunch of lunatics. Has anything changed in these last... I asked this on Friday. Any new information?
No.
Anything changed?
No.
But all of a sudden they've decided, well, he should resign. He's a liar. He's a perjurer. I don't get it. There's absolutely not one shred, one piece of new evidence that they've gotten in these last 2-3 weeks. And now we've gone from, gee, we wish we could get this over with right away, and let's find a graceful way to get over, which was right after the election, to now all of a sudden, let's put the country through a long, long impeachment trial in the Senate. And if he wants to avoid that, he can resign, in spite of the fact that the overwhelming majority of the people, including millions who never voted for him either time, don't want that. Don't confuse the sanctimonious assholes on the right with the truth, okay?
No.
That's right. They can't deal with it. Had a good day on Friday for Center 1, by the way. They did 1,046. Thanks to Sam and Chris, by the way, for sticking around, however long they stuck around at that location. Raised $1,046 there, and then at the game last night, they had a few of the best of stuff and raised $410 there, so that's $1,456. So our grand total, $82,002 plus whatever we got from Borders last week and on the internet and on the whatever else. So we got to be right around $85,000. And today's the 14th. We got right on schedule, baby. Are we going to make that $100,000? Yeah. You bet your sweet ass we are. And maybe today. Are they going to be out in the van today, by the way? I'm assuming. I'm hoping. I'm waiting to find out. George is talking to China with somebody on the phone. Are they going to be out somewhere?
They'll be somewhere.
Okay, they'll be somewhere. So we can do another grand on that today. And I'm sure Carol, any second now, any minute, any hour, any day, she's going to be faxing us the update with the Borders information. I'll guarantee you we're right around at that 85,000 mark. Now you can almost smell that $100,000 total, can't you? And like I said the other day, we're not worried about it, because if we come up a few thousand short, I'm sure that Bruce Beasley personally, or maybe Carolyn Beasley, will write out she'll write out a check. It'll say, now don't cash until year 2525. They'll write out a check for us. No problem at all. So we're rolling along, singing a song. A lot of people distraught here in town because the Dolphins lost the game last night. It's only a game. It's only a game, okay? It's a football game. It's not the end of the world. It's the same old crap. No offense. No running game. Same old bull crap it's always been for years and years. It got really boring and ponderous. I said, who needs this? Who the hell needs this? And I did miss that Calgary game against the Panthers Saturday. That must have been a real exciting game, huh? Real snoozer. I saw some of the lowlights. I saw two greasy goals that Kirk McLean let in there, that wraparound. Oh, Jesus. And the one that went like right between his legs there. I'm afraid that Kirk McLean is starting to revert to true form, and Sean Burke is already playing at exactly his true form. So it looks like real problems. And then again, I pick up yesterday's paper in the Sun Sentinel, just hysterical. You fat idiot, you fat pudwhacker Michael Russo there at the Sun Sentinel, who writes an article about, we don't have columnists in this town. I've told you this before. What we have are people who are the tools for the propaganda machine, for the Panther organization. That's right. All they are propagandists for the organization. Writes this big song and dance about, later on he writes about how the Beezer's having problems in Philly and they're upset with him up there and the save percentage is low and yada, 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 which is all true, but nevertheless, would we rather have the Beezer than the two goofballs we got now? You bet your ass. But his main thrust is The Penguins want to unload Stu Barnes. They've demoted him to the fourth line and yada, yada. And it's very obvious this article, this column was written before Saturday night's game, Pittsburgh winning their game over St. Louis 4-3, in which Stu Barnes scored his 13th goal of the season. And he starts out the column by saying, well, that Chris Wells for Stu Barnes thing may not be the end of the world now because Stewie is pissed off, and that was his 13th goal. Have the Panthers got anybody with 13 goals?
No.
Rock has got 14, by the way. We got anybody with 14?
No.
Anybody with 13?
No.
Anybody with 12?
No.
Anybody with 11?
No.
Anybody besides rookie Mark Parrish with 10?
No.
I just thought I would ask that question, okay? But again, here we go spinning, trying to convince the fans, trying to convince the public out there that was really a great move. By the way, has Chris Wells played one game yet this season?
No.
Scored any goals?
No.
Any assists?
No.
Contributed anything to this organization this year?
No.
Okay. But he looks good in the suit up there in the stands, wherever he's hanging out. Who knows? So you come back to reality when you come back to this town. You open up your newspaper and you read more.
Crap.
Never ends. More propaganda. Not people who know their subject matter, who know what they're writing about, who can really make a statement, make a critique, make a whatever it is, positive, negative, in between, whatever the hell it might be. Just a bunch of ass suckers, just dutifully writing whatever they're told to write. Same old tired.
Crap.
That's right. That's journalism in this town. Bull crap. Here's a great article. Greg Reed pointed this out to me in a paper this morning, which I had missed. And from the Netherlands, no less. Vindication is music to the ears of pilot who sang sky-high notes. A Dutch pilot was unjustly barred from an airport in the northern Netherlands for continually singing the theme to the Flintstones over his radio, an appeals board has ruled. Wim de Nys, better known in Holland as Captain Flintstone, I like that better, had taken his case to the Dutch Council of State after the airport in the city of Groningen and had forbidden him to take off or land there from March 1996 to July 1997. Last year, De Nys was briefly jailed by authorities who said he tied up a frequency used by air traffic controllers when he bellowed out the theme song to the popular cartoon series, Flintstones, Meet the Flintstones, They're a Modern Stone Age Family, in English for 20 minutes at a time. There you go. What's wrong with that? You'd be in a good mood if you were on a plane and the pilot is singing over the intercom, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. What's wrong with that? I think it's kind of amusing. Leave it to those Dutch. Probably some bad weed. But leave it to the Dutch, man. The Council of State conceded they need to keep the airways safe, but said on Friday the ban was too harsh. Let him have his fun, okay? As long as he's flying the plane straight, not too cockeyed, he can sing whatever the hell he wants. Those crazy Dutch. Gotta love them. Okay, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. It is the 14th of December. I have a feeling we're going to be playing like a lot of holiday stuff today. It's going to be one of those festive, let's play a lot of stuff day. Market's down about 80 points. Error farts over there going, bat, 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 like that. Chelsea's over there with that real bad frizzy hair. Hillary's there. Somebody got up in the middle of the crowd there this morning. I thought it was really in poor taste. One of those crazy Arabs, and yelled, Hillary blows. And the president got right up and said, no, she doesn't. That's the problem. Or was it Hillary sucks? Something like that. I forget. Something close. You get it. But anyway, there's Laundry Head, and he's kind of like shaking Arafat. His lips are trembling. And they ought to get him and Yeltsin together, okay? Two dead men in a strange outfit, standing side by side. And Bubba can just kind of sit there and smile and laugh and, chuckle. This whole thing, man, with this impeachment, it's like the world has gone insane, or at least like the Congress has gone insane, and we sit back helplessly with nothing to do about it, except, of course, make a phone call or send a mailgram or a telegram, et cetera, and so on. And say, you bastards, you're out of your mind, cut the crap. Cut the crap. That's right. Here's a mobile in North Miami Beach. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
Great. Never been better, sir.
I'd like to tell all these right-wing, idiot, Republican, whoever the hell they are, to quote Brian Cox, they should suck my whatever.
Yeah. I thought that's what started the whole problem in the first place.
Well, what comes around goes around.
Mm-hmm.
A quick observation on this Kevin Brown thing.
Yes, sir.
It was
15 million a year, sir. 15 million a year.
I cannot believe that. But as an aside, they said that he also stipulated in his contract, and please forgive me, I don't know if it was 8 or 12 times a year, that the team at their expense has to fly his family in a private jet from Macon to L.A.
Yeah, and they also have to take them in a limo. So I forget all the details. Yeah,
I guess for $15 million a year, he can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I can't believe that. I mean, that's the height of, and not only that, he said he didn't want to. He had to leave San Diego because he wanted to be closer to his family who live in Georgia.
Right, and that's right.
Los Angeles
He went all the way from San Diego to L.A. right up the freeway.
120 miles closer.
Right.
So you can't call him a liar for
he's just a bloodsucker. I mean, this guy, I thought he was a good guy, but he's just a real bloodsucker. He's got no loyalty to anybody. He's a paid whore, you know. He pitched here and did great. He went to San Diego and did great. I hope he loses 80 games this year. You know, it makes me sick to my
I can't believe anybody in the world is worth $15 million a year to every fifth day.
Yeah.
I want a job like that.
Yeah, me too. I'll take it.
Neil, you have a great week.
And back to you. Okay, 567. We got one call on the board. It's going to be a real grim day today. I can feel it. You can smell it. They're all out shopping. They're running around. They're schlepping. We'll find out for you where Sam and Chris are going to be today with a van and try to raise some very serious bucks for you today for Center One as we continue moving and driving and the pile driving ahead. Yes?
She just called the figures because the fax machine's broken over there.
Oh.
The total is $84,939, including, that includes 2,656 that we raised just in the van since we started doing the thing.
Right. So that's like everything right up to date?
Right. But no, that's only one Borders reporting in today.
Oh, so in other words, we still have 7 Borders through. So like I said, that's pretty damn good. Because I was hoping we'd be at about 85, and my goal is to be like over 90 by the time Saturday ends, this coming Saturday, when we'll be at the Borders in Plantation from noon to 2 with all our best of stuff, and I'll be there, and George will be there, and God only knows who else will show up. So we're like, I think we're going to do it. It's a major miracle, I'll tell you that. And I'm sure that Buddy Nevins will probably come with a big fat check, too. Has his check come in yet?
No.
No, I don't think so. From the Sun Sentinel? I mean, you know, it's really interesting, the people that don't help out any of these causes, and then they sit back and they open up a big mouth, you know, and go kiss Wayne's ass. Wayne is still you know, I don't care if Wayne gave $50 million to charity. He's still a piece of crap, okay? I don't care if he gave $100 million. He's still a piece of walking crap. That's what he is. He's a turd burger. And if you don't believe me, Buddy, just go out there and ask anybody. Oh, by the way, and speaking of Buddy, what is that he-coon thing? Can somebody explain that to me?
A he-coon is butcher than a she-coon.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious, too. A he-coon is the toughest animal in the redneck forest.
But, I mean, Buddy McKay says, where's this line? He says, this is not any great pleasure for me, he said yesterday when they swore him in to be governor for like a few days. I would far prefer to see the he-coon serve out his entire term. And I know they use that term for him, but, well, I mean, Jesus, I know he was a bumpkin, but the he-coon? Don't you think Alonzo Mourning would be pissed off to hear that?
Uh-huh.
26 past 10 at 560 WQ.
Gooley-ba-boo, gooley-ba-boo, gooley-ba-boo. Mr. Richard Smoker, you're a poopy poker. Chardonnay and cocaine in the spot. Cigarettes and coffee bread. Little boys on crystal meth. Tonight we'll tango in the street. You eat star drink, Mr. Richard Smoker. You're a chicken choker. Tonight you're gonna let it all hang out. Hoes and documents, smoking menthol cigarettes. Tonight we'll tango in the street. You eat star Billy-ba-boo, Billy-ba-boo, Billy-ba-boo. Mr. Richard Smoker, you're an oh-no yoker. Cognac and black coffee with the boys. Dancing in your Buster Brown, whirling to the techno sound. Your hands are wet, your hair slick. You smoke big, Mr. Richard Smoker. You're a velvet joker. Bruce and Jeff will pick you up at 10. Going out, dancing city, Friday night, gotta look pretty. Tonight we'll tango in the street. You eat party. Billy-ba-boo, Billy-ba-boo, Billy-ba-boo.
10:32 at 560 WQAM. So the he-coon is dead. Well, that's I just can't. I can't bring myself to refer to a governor. I don't care whether he's a good. He was okay. He never stole a freight train. He was, you know, like Andy Griffith kind of, wasn't he? Very much like Andy Griffith, kind of a good old boy. But he-coon, somebody will call and explain that to me, okay? Because that just ain't my lingo. Jews don't know from no he-coon. I'm sorry. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami. Going once. Sounds awfully dead to me. Don't sound like nobody on there. Here's a lady in Plantation. Hello.
Yeah, hi Neil, how you doing?
Okay, man.
I just wanted to let you know you got a real nice plug about your Center One campaign about 5 o'clock during the pregame show yesterday. I'm not sure who did it because I don't listen to it. We were on the way to the game.
Right.
But they got into it, how you raising the money, you were at 80 grand, that everybody come out and buy a CD or tape, whatever. So I was real impressed. You got a little
Great.
help.
Well, thank God we can use the help. We're getting there. We're going to do it.
I know you will. I have faith in you, Neil. And I agree with you. These Dolphin fans need to get a life down here. We went to the game last night, and we were coming out after we lost, and they were fighting in the parking lot.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
We were coming through, and they just all of a sudden started fighting. I'm going to lose you. There you are.
Yeah, I'm here. Are you there? You're still there. You're gone. Okay, we lost her. So they were fighting in the parking lot. So let's hear it for those Dolphin fans, the Jet fans, and all those others who get good and liquored up at their tailgate party about 5-6 hours before the game starts. And, of course, when it's a night game like last night, about 8 hours before the game starts. And so by the time the game starts, they're, like, totally blitzed. Are you ready for the excitement of football? Are you ready? No, I'm not ready, okay? I couldn't give a crap less. Oh, you can't say that. I just said it. I couldn't give a crap less. I couldn't give a crap less. We have an open line in Broward, all three in Dade, 5670560. By the way, I realize it was only a handful, a small handful. Anybody out there got a small handful?
Uh-huh.
I do. But at any rate, the assholes that showed up there in the Orange Bowl, but somebody needs to sit those bastards down, those 10th world country assholes, sit them down and tell them that, you know, they fled a country because they were seeking to escape discrimination and repression and prejudice and et cetera, yada, yada, yada. And then they come here and they start deciding, well, we're going to discriminate against these people and Medicone and all this other crap. Get with the program, okay, because you're living in the dark age. The audacity of a bunch of Neanderthal assholes to think that they're going to come here and start pulling this kind of crap. Guess what? Sorry, ain't going to work. You're about 20, 30 years too late, okay? Even the orange juice queen, she's long gone. Medicone. And like I said, it's basically a self-hating thing anyway, you know? You're not fooling anybody. Believe you me, it takes one to know one. All those old Cubans. Of course, they were raised Catholic by the priest, so maybe he altered their view on life. Dade County, 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line, here on All Request Monday. Well, no, we might as well make it painless from now through the holidays. Might as well do that. I heard George on Friday on the way to the airport. Sounded good. The only thing is that asshole from Boynton Beach. I can't believe that you didn't know who it was. I can't believe that you, you little spick. You know, that guy, seriously, we've had a lot of asshole callers over the year, and I'm trying to figure out whether this guy thinks that he's being provocative or I don't know what his story is, or if he's just plainly,
he's an asshole.
Yeah, I think so. Because he's boring. He's really ponderous. The one with the New York accent. In fact, even the people in New York hate New Yorkers like him. Seriously, that's probably why he's here. They hate him like poison. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I would pay hundreds of dollars to listen to you debate these pseudo-intellectuals, wannabe moralists, right-wingers that are on in the morning. Because you would destroy them.
They're on in the morning?
Yes, like Rick Siderman, Steve Kane. They wouldn't dare debate with you.
Let me just say this to you, okay? There aren't enough people listening to the people you just mentioned to me. There aren't enough people listening to fill a phone booth to that show, okay? So why would I even waste my time with them?
Well, you know, it's like I have faith in you, and they would never dare to even come near you.
Okay, thank you. I hope not. Because I know Rick Siderman smells real bad, and the other one, he's just, he's just trying to fake his way through and squeeze a living out, which I do understand that. We have an open line at Brown. Why do people call and talk about those people? You know, if we're going to talk about other people in the business, which I do, I have no problem with that, talk about somebody that somebody might listen to, which there aren't too many of those shows in town left anymore. There's a lot of people listening to elevator music, and there are a lot of people listening to Howard and a few other, but as far as Steve Kane and Rick Siderman and the Light Bulb and John Ford, by the way, when's that going to happen? December 22? Because I punched over there this morning just to see if they were still on there. And were they still on?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were still on, but it's just a matter of days. Boy, that was one of the shortest shows in history. Yep, that's stupid talk. And every time that Kennedy, that bald-headed geek, I've said this before, I'll say it again, he's got to be Pete Bolger's twin brother, identical twin, a real little twerp, an asshole, a backstabber. Every time I look at him, I think of Pete Bolger, and I start cringing. I start feeling like unclean. A man who will sacrifice anyone on the face of the earth for his own personal gain and survival. He's a survivor, Peter Bolger. Why? Because, like I said, he'll stab anybody else in the back. He will lie to you. He will tell you whatever kind of crap it takes in order to save his own ass. Does he really know anything about what he's doing?
No.
Of course not. Anybody that would put that babbling bitch back on in the afternoon. Afternoon drive, Hank is going to eat her up for breakfast, okay? You think Rick and Suds have been, wavering there in the afternoon? Wait till you see her number. Oh, my God. The humper is just licking his chops already. Not over her, by the way. Can you? Oh, and that makes me think of that thing with the Waxy job. Maybe that's where she ought to be. She ought to be on Waxy, the babbling brook. Don't you remember she had that bad wax job when she was removing hair from her, with that ball of wax? 21 before 11 at 560 WQM. You want?
It's the ultimate phone fantasy. We've combined the thrill of phone sex and the excitement of the Elvis talk line to bring you Talk Dirty to Elvis! Have the king satisfy your every secret desire.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Elvis. Baby.
Oh.
What would you do to me?
Oh,
What would you do to the king?
Oh.
Baby.
Oh.
Baby.
Oh, Elvis.
Oh, king. Done, baby. Oh, man. I'm really sorry.
Oh, Elvis.
Sorry, baby.
That's right. Talk Dirty to Elvis! Call 1-900-TEDDY-BEAR. The king is waiting to talk to you. Call 1-900-TEDDY-BEAR now.
I don't want to get those Elvis files very upset again, but it was said. It was widely rumored that he was the most impotent man in town in Memphis and in various parts, and in Vegas, and in Tupelo. Maybe all those years sleeping with Mommy might have had some kind of effect. Two open lines in Dade County, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Jupiter. Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
He-coon.
Yeah, let's find out what that's all about.
I heard it yesterday, I think. They're saying that it's the smartest and the toughest raccoon in the pack.
The smartest coon in the pack?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, can I make a shameless request?
Okay. It's all request Monday.
Haven't heard it in a while. You used to play something where you would be eating the bird's fingers.
Oh, yeah.
You think you can get that on?
I sure can.
I appreciate it.
And have a great whatever you're celebrating.
You too.
See ya. What is that called?
Best of Meals.
Best of Meals, yeah, with Jim Schuyler. Great. Okay, I haven't played that in the coon's age, speaking of the he-coon. Seriously, I don't know. I'm not into that Yahoo lingo. There's just something about it to me. Maybe it's a Jewish thing. I don't know. But I find it very demeaning. I mean, to call a man who's the governor, he was a senator, he was the governor a couple of terms, and he was the old he-coon, you know, I mean, then there was always not Daniel Boone, but Estes Kefauver with the coonskin cap. Now, there are a lot of people in the South that do like wearing coonskin things. It all depends, I guess, on what kind of coon the skin came from is how you view it. You know what I'm saying? We have an open line in Broward, 2 in Dade, 5670560 and pound 560 on the mobile one line. Boy, they sure are making a racket out here. These garbage people out here. You're making one hell of a racket out there, you know. What's the story? Did they ever get the replacement glass upstairs on the 3rd floor? Do we know?
We don't know.
I mean, it's the 14th of December. I know, there he goes again. You're right. Don't even move in that direction. Just keep a real positive outlook. We'll be upstairs one of these days, one of these years. It isn't going to be in 19. Is it going to be in this year?
No.
I don't think so. Maybe just in time for the Y2K problem. Maybe like a year from now. We'll be thinking about it. We'll be hovering on it. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hey, Neil, if Kevin Brown is worth $15 million a year for throwing the ball, then Neil God should be worth at least $30 million a year. What do you think?
Seriously, will you subsidize that? Is anybody in their right mind going to pay these kind of ticket prices they're going to be having?
I won't. Anyway, Neil, since you're the expert in Las Vegas travel,
yes, sir.
What do you think about I have an opportunity of staying at the new hotel that's opening up, the Mandalay Bay.
The Mandarin Bay, the one that's sinking? Who said that it's opening up?
From my understanding, it's opening up in about 3 months. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think that's... Well, I mean, I was just there a couple of weeks ago, and what I heard is that they're waiting, and if it sinks anymore, they're going to have to destroy it and start all over again. It's sinking.
It's sinking?
Right.
Jeez.
It's sinking into the sand. It's going to be... In fact, I think it's going to wind up in China. It's going to be the first casino in China.
Well, what hotel would you recommend?
I would stay at the MGM. I'm telling you, man, you can't do any better. I don't care what anybody tells you. They can give you a song and a dance about the Rio Suites or about this place. Stay at the MGM. You'll be ecstatic. You'll be delighted. Tell them, I guarantee you, can't miss.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay,
and what about travel-wise? What's the best airline to go on?
You don't have much choice.
That's America West, huh?
Well, if you want to go nonstop, America West is the only one.
Jeez.
Or do Delta. Do Delta through Atlanta or through Dallas. It's a little longer, but you'll get there alive in one piece. It'll be a piece of cake.
All right, I'll do Delta Burke.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do Delta Burke. Yeah, Delta's okay. I flew Delta this weekend, and they're starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Although I'll tell you one thing, the food on Delta is... In fact, they're getting smart. You know, instead of trying to feed meals, even in first class on a lot of these flights, they bring in that little basket. It's got like those little things of pretzels in it. And, you know, here, have about a little snack. These cost us about 4 cents a piece. Don't take more than one now. Come on, in first class. Especially we know you're using frequent flyer miles. They don't like that. You know, when you come right down to it, they really resent the fact that they have to redeem the frequent flyer miles. All the airlines, they hate that. Even though it's a big come-on and a big incentive, you know, for you to fly a lot and pay a lot of money to accumulate those miles, they do not like when you want to redeem them. Oh, gee, you're not. Oh, no. Well, you can't do it on this date. You can't. And there's no seats on this plane. And, you know, what? And, well, I haven't even told you the date yet. Well, whatever the date is, we don't have anything available on the flat flight. They don't like it. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil. I've been a listener to you since you've come on, and I have a great deal of respect for you. I don't agree with everything you say, but there are 2 points I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
One, the baseball thing. I'm 63 years old, retired for the last 9 years, and have been an avid baseball fan, player, and everything for many, many years, obviously, as a fan, player much younger. And they destroyed the game.
Yes.
Absolutely destroyed the game. And the idiot like Silly gets up there and says, well, we may have some problems in the smaller cities.
Who said that?
Bud Selig.
Oh, he's a jackass. He's an idiot.
You're absolutely right. He has absolutely destroyed the game. And, you know, I agree with you that we have...
You know what that's like? That's like if you've got $100,000 in cash, okay, to go out and buy a new car.
Right.
And I have $5,000. Now, who's going to wind up with the better, the faster, the more luxurious car? I mean, is there, why even waste the time?
Why would fans go to Montreal or Pittsburgh or Cincinnati or Milwaukee?
They absolutely won't. That's right.
And they should just, you know, let the 8 richest team, and I'm a Yankee fan, have
right.
been for 50 years. Why not just let the Yankees, the Braves, the Orioles, you know, and the Dodgers, and you know, go and start the playoffs
right.
to get the whole damn season?
That's right.
The other point I wanted to bring up. We're going to have an absolute major, or we probably have it now starting, and there's going to be an explosion problem in this country, and that's the health care.
Yeah.
First of all, the quality is going down. I happen to be formerly in the insurance business, and it's being dictated by the insurance industry. I just came out of the hospital last week, and I want to tell you, when you're talking third shift, you're talking Abu and Babu.
Right.
Okay. And,
right.
And the quality is going down, and they're having to downsize, and they're taking away some of these insurance companies. They're taking away the best doctors. They just won't work with them, or the doctors won't work with them because they're cutting them to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to explode into one.
Well, we don't have time to worry about Social Security or health care because we're too busy impeaching the president because he got a couple of blowjobs. That's where their head is at right now.
You're right. You're absolutely
right. What's going on right now is so criminal and so unacceptable, and the media are too goddamn stupid or too stubborn to tell it like it is.
They got their fingers up. Well, you know what it is?
Rectum. Yeah.
No, you know what it is? I always said, some of them will never need a proctologist because they're perfect assholes.
Exactly. He's an asshole. Okay, pal, hang in there.
Okay,
have a great life. We have an open line in Broward, 1 at date, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Our van is going to be where? No, we'll hear eventually, soon. We'll find out where it's going to be. What are you smirking about? I mean, I'm anxious. I want to get up to that 90 grand thing before Saturday. I want to go over 100 grand, and I'm going to take a piece of paper that's got our final center one total come January 2nd this year after the New Year's holiday, and I'm going to shove it right up Buddy Nevin's rectum. That's what I'm going to do. Because as far as the rest of the media in this town are concerned, we could be sitting here, I could raise $1 million for what you fill in the blank, whatever charity it would be, and they still wouldn't put anything in there about it. But if it's Wayne Huizinga, or if somebody just donated $100 to the Danny Marino Foundation, right away it's in there because they're all sucking each other's ass. But because I won't play that game, and I won't sit here and cover up for them and their bullcrap that they keep feeding the public, then I'm a bad guy. So no matter what Neil tries to do, just like that Diane Magnum piece, for whatever reason, I'm on a plane yesterday and I started thinking about that. Boy, did I get snookered in again or what, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Use me and my audience to try to goose your numbers up there during the sweeps, but let's not do anything that would make Neil look too good, okay? And let's kind of twist and manipulate whatever he told us, just however we want. And certainly don't promote him in any way or tell anybody what station he's on or what time he's on or that he does raise any of this money or that the Center One thing is going on. Don't do that, God forbid. What a place this is, man. Here's Boca. Hello. Boca. Okay, nice talking to you, too. Open line at Dade 1 at Broward, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. I wonder which jackass that was. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Talking about Vegas, what do you think of the Excalibur Hotel?
I don't. Okay, we have an open line at Broward, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Virginia Key. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Only because you asked, I can tell you about the he-coon.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring, but that one caller who called before was he touched on it a little bit. But what did it? You remember last time when Governor Bumpkin beat Bush in the
Booch. Yes.
Well, basically it was like the polls all favored Bush, and it's like a South Florida, North Florida type a battle that the media tried to portray to try to make it more interesting. And up in North Florida, you got all the. You've heard of the term a Florida cracker, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Governor Bumpkin.
I've lived here 23 years, sir. I know my Florida crackers.
Okay. Since the media had him losing, the he-coon is the leader of the pack. He's very smart and cunning, and he hunts at night. And what his remark was that overnight he became the leader and he beat Bush out.
Yeah.
And
he beat Bush overnight.
Yeah, he beat the Bush overnight.
Uh-huh.
And Bush was using the fact that he married a Latin woman, because you know all the Latins down here are all Republican because of.
Because liberal is communist, right?
Exactly.
The left
So
of
he was
Hitler's communist.
Exactly. So Bush was speaking in Latin, and all the Latins down here in South Florida were just going nuts and jumping up and down like a bunch of tribal idiots.
Yeah,
you know.
especially when it's the maricon. They say that a couple of times. They really got into it.
So that's basically what it's.
He never lost an election, did he, Governor Bumpkin?
He never did. He
never lost an election.
He really kicked ass in it.
The old he-coon would come out of the woods there at night and beat the old bushes and sneak up on you when you least expected it.
Exactly. And so you've heard the term Dixiecrat also.
Yeah.
Where that's basically rednecks up in.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Dixiecrat. That's like
yeah, he was.
No, Lawton Chiles was not a Dixiecrat.
You don't think so?
Dixiecrat was like Strom Thurmond, the Republicans dressed in drag pretending to be Democrats.
That's, okay, yeah, you're right.
He was no Dixiecrat.
Hey, Neil, can I get a request?
Yes, sir.
Return to Santa.
Okay.
Thank you.
And have a great life. All right, we're getting a good education here today. We're getting a little history lesson about the old he-coon. The he-coon is dead. See, they don't care about that. They're more concerned about goddamn Jolton Joe DiMaggio. That's what we're supposed to be excited about. Governor of the state dies. 68. And that's a teenager in this state, 68. That's not so old. Dead. Does anybody care?
No.
Joe DiMaggio, they're worried about. And I saw they were showing some clips again of him this morning. I'm going to tell you something because I haven't, seen him in a long time. Here's one guy. They usually say most people in their life look good, like at one point in your life, maybe even when you're a fetus, you look a little bit okay. This man was ugly I bet as a fetus he was grotesque. He was one of the ugliest mothers I have ever seen in my life. So Marilyn must have seen something. Maybe he had a that didn't meet the eye, something. 1056 at 560 WQAM.
The Neil Rogers Show, now on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Ben Coates, get away from the ball, motherfucker.
So anyway, we're expecting Phil Salzman to call any second now. And the food is here. We want to thank Boone again profusely. There's enough food here to feed the Chinese army. What? One open line in Dade and one in Broward. Boy, this is good. What? What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Everything's fine.
I'm just sitting here, and you're over there cackling. Then Calder was right about you.
Just relax.
What, Bird? Here, give me your finger. Now stick your finger in this piece of pita bread, okay?
Okay. Ow!
Man, I just bit I just bit your finger off, and you're still laughing. And you know what? It's not bad. You got 9 more of these, right?
Yes.
Put a little melted mozzarella on this, and you really got something.
Okay, so CNN is reporting now as Bubba is walking out to a cheering ovation that Benjamin Netanyahu is satisfied with the changes in the Palestinian charter. They said, we're not going to drive into the sea, not yet anyway, and you never stole a freight train, and everybody's happy, and we're making peace. And in the meantime, they're over here hawking at China. He got a few blowjobs. The rest of the whole world, not just the Palestinians and the Israelis, the whole goddamn world is looking upon this country and what's going on here like there's some kind of a mental problem here. And that's what's wrong, because we have a sexually constipated country and one party that's totally sexually neurotic and out of their minds. The sexually neurotic Republicans, that's what we have now. An entire party has been mesmerized by the far-right extremist wing that used to be called a bunch of lunatics, like Klansmen is generally what they used to call them, and now they've taken over the whole goddamn party, and under the guise of being concerned about the law and the principle of the Constitution and all this other bullcrap. They're going to drag us through a pile of manure, the likes of which you've never smelt in your goddamn, the likes of which the he-coon never smelled.
Crap.
That's right. Crap with a capital K. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And of course, since it's not partisan, naturally, they're not going to allow the censure that measure to come up for debate in the House on the floor in the full House this Thursday. They're not going to allow that to come up there because, God forbid, somebody might actually say, okay, that makes more sense. Let's get this over with and censure the bastard. Maybe he won't do it again. Or if he does, we don't have to hear about it. No, we can't do that. We have to drag out all this bullcrap because this is payback time. Don't you understand? It's political payback time. That's the only thing it's all about. We're dealing with a bunch of crazy people is what we're dealing with, and the rest of the world is looking at us like, hey, you see what's going on over here? We got a few problems over here. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A report on our congressional representatives, Neil. Blew my kind of stack on Saturday morning. Tried to reach all 3 of them.
Yes?
No luck, all weekend long. I finally got somebody this morning. They said, well, we close our telephone lines on the weekend. I said, do you think with all the junk that's going on in Washington, you might want to keep them open?
With all the crap that's going on, yeah.
And the answer was, well, maybe you're right. I just thought you'd like to hear that.
Hey, listen, they got to have time off to, take some graft, to take some money under the table,
It's payback. It goes back to Roosevelt. It's payback.
Right.
They've never done one damn thing to promote the social welfare of the poor.
I say it's time for a goddamn revolution is what I say, sir.
Oh!
You first. Okay, we have 2 open lines in Dade. Okay, so the QAM van is going to be today. I don't want to say anything, okay? I don't want to PNR parade before we start, because we've had good success so far, although Friday they did have to change locations after starting out there in Julioville. Now, this is in the Miami Lakes area, you're telling me, the Palmetto at 67th in the McDonald's parking lot.
The wrong side of the Palmetto, if you ask me.
The what? I don't even know where that is, okay? I've lived here for 100 years. I don't even know where that is.
A lot of traffic going through there, by there.
Miami Lakes, that's Ludlam Road, right? 67th Avenue in the Palmetto.
It's on the northwest corner of the McDonald's, north of the highway.
Well, you say a lot of traffic going through there, but I mean, how many people are going to McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? Okay, but hey, listen, it'll be great. Sam and Chris, they're picking these places, and we're going to raise over $1,000 today if they have to stay here till 4 o'clock in the morning. And if that's the one location we're going to stick with, they just might. 5670560 and pound 560 on the AT&T. See, they want to make it adventurous. I mean, we can pick places like Shooting Fish in a Barrel where we know all of our audiences, like that University in Broward Boulevard. That was a piece of cake. No problem at all. We want to make it a little bit more challenging than that. Here's Pembroke Park. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. How
Yes,
you
sir.
doing?
Great.
We missed you at Saturday's game.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were looking for
I
you.
was out of town. Wasn't there?
Oh, were you? Okay. Listen, I'm a fairly new listener, and my friend has been telling me about this NASCAR bit that you have about a big trickle tattoo.
Yes, sir.
And I was wondering if you could play that
I
for
sure
me.
will.
Okay, can I call him a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
Or you're a pole climbing douchebag.
Okay, get a new phone. It sounds pretty weak. Okay, we have an open line in Broward 2 and Dade, 567. Not hearing any reports about that game Saturday, which I missed, by the way. Must have been real exciting.
No.
Huh? Losing to Calgary 4-2. Losing to a girls' team with some real weak goaltending. I don't know. We're not going to. And you know something? The only negative that I can say about my whole weekend is that there was one moment. I think it was on a plane, and I'm thinking to myself that Andy in Hollywood situation. I'm so embarrassed that I've allowed to get myself sucked into a situation where this he comes up to me before every game, and I didn't know who that was, and I'm so humiliated and degraded and disgusted with myself for being that slow and that stupid and that gullible and that much of a stupid old fool.
Speaking of slow and stupid,
yes,
McDonald's is on the northeast corner. It's the Burger King that's on the northwest corner. I got my burger joints juxtaposed.
What burger are you, okay, mister? The northeast corner of that whole deal. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm dreaming. I'm just not familiar with that area. In fact, Miami Lakes, I'm not familiar with. It's been a long time since this old he-coon's been in Miami Lakes. Huh? It's just not my stomping grounds. It's not my neck of the woods. I don't know what kind of neck is in that woods, but I guess we'll find out. Open line at Broward, 2 and all 3 in Dade, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, 8 minutes after 11 at QAM. We got Hank from Shula's at 2. Now let's see, Shula's Steak 2, where is Shula's Steak 2? Because Shula's restaurant is in Miami Lakes. Where's the Shula's Steak 2? George?
I thought that's the one that was in Miami Lakes.
It is? I thought that was the big Shula's.
I've only been to one Shula's, and it was in Miami Lakes. I don't know which one that was.
No. And then we got the Bookster at 6. We got Monday Night Football tonight, a real piece of Lions at the 49ers, 8 o'clock tonight. Where do you go when you...
Where do you find Ed Kaplan? Right where you got it. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Sports Queer Radio is what the Q's for in QAM. Return to Santa. Return to Santa.
I got a sweater from my grandma. It was pink and black. But don't worry, be happy. Was printed on the back.
He wrote upon it.
Return to Santa. Just send me cash.
All right.
Your tacky sweater gave me a rash. I got a fruitcake and some plaid pants. Hair clip is for my nose. Another bottle of Old Spice. Boy, did I get hosed.
He wrote upon them.
Return to Santa.
I have no pretense.
Who needs this junk? This year's Christmas really stung.
He wrote upon them.
Return to Santa. Don't mean to be rude, but this Christmas I got Scrooged. Return to Santa. Return.
11:14 at 560 WQM. So the boys, Sam and Dave, Sam and Chris are going to be out there in Miami Lakes. 11:30 this morning. Maybe I'm going to be shocked today. You think so?
No.
Going to be shocked and find out that we got tons of listeners in that area up there in Miami Lakes, and they're going to be flooding in there for the best of the LCDs and cassettes and T-shirts, etc. Now, what have we got? Are we still got the same bunch of stuff that we're giving away, or what?
I reckon.
Well, I reckon doesn't get the job done. I mean, maybe the he-coon might have said that if he could be here to say it. I reckon. That sounds like his kind of lingo. He was okay. He was okay for this state. You know what I mean? In other words, he was a good buffer. He was a good buffer against right-wing extremism like what we got now. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you, I'm waiting here about a half hour. It's hysterical. I'm listening to George talk to you off the off the. He's cursing. It's great. I'm hysterical.
Yeah, that's the extra bonus. That's why these lines ought to be lit up all the time, and then George and I would curse back and forth, and you can hear his side of the conversation all the time off the air.
It's great,
right.
great.
And
Anyway.
no extra charge either, you know.
What I wanted to say was, I'm a Jet fan, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed the game yesterday.
I would imagine.
I was excited that they won, but believe me, I would have not jumped off the roof if they lost. But after the game, you would have thought that the President of the United States was assassinated. Channel 4, Channel 10, and I don't know what other channel broke in, and they had specials about the Dolphin loss. I don't know if any other any other market does this, but they were on the.
I hate to break the news to them. This wasn't a playoff game.
I know, but they got. You should see the way they brought the Dolphin players on. I know it's hard for you to discuss the game, but could you tell us what your feelings are? And this announcer was Jimmy Cephalo.
Jimmy Cephalo,
Looked like he was going to just cry right on the air. It was hysterical. You should have really. It was really nonsense.
Well, that probably made you feel even that much worse, didn't it?
Also, I got to make another comment.
Yes.
I don't know why they have something against David Nemorowski, but Robert.
He's Jewish.
No, is he really?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Oh my goodness, that's why.
That's why he's not on the team. That's why they keep sending him down to the minors. He's Jewish.
Oh, that's why. Anyway, have you watched Robert Spell in the last couple of weeks?
The worst. I've never seen anything so bad in my life.
He has given up so many opportunities.
Yeah. In fact, he and Karkner, it's like it's like a contest to see who's going to cough it up for. And even Eddie's not even in the running. Even Special Ed isn't in the running with them anymore.
Karkner looks like he's walking on the ice instead of skating. Anyway, I just wanted to make those comments.
Okay, and have a great day. Congratulations. There's a Jets fan. They won the game. And so speaking of Channel 4, by the way, I'm glad he mentioned that. There must be a subliminal reminder because you told me about 20 minutes ago. Very important bulletin. Channel 4 has fired their news director. They must have seen the numbers. Well, they keep sucking hind all the time in those ratings, and as a result, they don't want to keep sucking hind or front. Well, maybe that. But so they're fired the news director, and they've stolen away the former news director, is it?
Directoress.
The former directoress of news over at Channel 7, of hysterical, psychotic, irresponsible, Channel 7, hyperventilating, that kind of newscast. And we're going to have another. Channel 4 is going to be going head-to-head, nose-to-nose, allegedly, they think anyway. And Cambrell Martian, his contract isn't getting picked up. And who else did you say?
Probably many of the other people.
Maybe little Brian Norcross. Maybe he'll be out. Okay, maybe the weather fairy is going to have to flit away, huh?
These are just rumors, obviously.
Right. Well, it's not a rumor that they hired the news directors.
No.
That is true. Channel 4 is making a big move in their news. Anybody care about that?
No.
I couldn't give a crap less, okay? They all suck. We don't have a newspaper in this town that anybody can read that does anything worthwhile. All of the local newscasts, it's like the amateur hour. Ted Mack and Major Bowes are ready to ring the goddamn gong. In fact, even Chuck Barris. That's what they ought to do. They ought to have Chuck Barris standing off stage and ring the gong. You know, when it gets to the point where we can't handle Tony Cigaretto's silliness anymore, or Jimmy Syphilis's whining like this last guy was talking about, whatever it is, just ring the goddamn gong and gong them off the goddamn stage. And if they refuse to leave, bring J.P. Morgan out. She'll knock the crap out of them. That old bull dyke. Is she still alive, by the way? J.P. Morgan? I think she died. Boy, let's see, as you get older, the longer you live, you have this accumulation of celebrities and politicians and whoever the hell they are. And it's hard to keep track. Who's dead and who's not dead. And especially when you live down here, you walk around, you drive around out there, and you look, and it's hard to tell which ones are dead and which ones aren't. J.P. Morgan. Now, you don't even remember who that is, do you?
Just from the Gong Show.
The old bull dyke, yeah. She was a real dykey broad. I think she's
like a
dead.
Lounge act or something, right? Wasn't she a singer?
She was like a lounge lizard. Okay, we have an open line in Broward, 2 and Dade, 567-0560 and pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line, and 6 open lines on the he-coon line. That clarification, that explanation that guy gave before, I would say was a little bit weak. Would be a nice word. That would be a compliment. He-coon. This was your governor, for Christ's sakes. Does anybody out there care?
No.
He's dead. He was riding his exercise bike with his big, oversized heart. And he croaked, and they didn't find his body for 7.5 hours. And good old Buddy McKay said, oh, this isn't the way I wanted it. I wish the old he-coon could have served out the whole term. Then he could have died. That was the implication from what he said, by the way. He wished that he would have lived out the whole term. But then after that, he could have croaked. Here's a mobile in Boynton Beach, of all places. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
May the he-coon rest in peace. I'm calling in reference to that Orange Bowl thing you were talking about.
Do you know what a he-coon is?
He-coon, well, you're telling me now. I'm learning as we go on today.
Okay.
This Orange Bowl thing going on that they had the other day. You know, these people that come over from these other countries don't realize how many years people have been fighting for certain rights for humans and how they just walk in here and from like you said, these other countries.
I'm going to tell you something. They should have taken all of those people that were there in that Orange Bowl, rounded them up, put them on a big ship, and sent it back where they came from, okay? If they want repression, if they want censorship, if they want to take away people's rights, if they want to deny people basic human freedoms, then let them go back and live in a goddamn dictatorship where they belong.
Yeah, I don't understand it. How the hell, they come to this country here, and they can turn around and, and they should be here and say, hey, let's have a party, man, freedom, let's enjoy it.
Right, that's right. And God forbid anybody says anything they don't like right away. Oh, we're going to get you off the air, we're going to silence you, we're going to boycott, a bunch of maniacs.
All right, they don't know any better. Listen, I was
world
going back and
lunatics.
forth to the Dolphin game to the Channel 7 News, and I heard there was another sighting of Virgin Mary. Did you hear of anything
No, I
about
didn't
that?
hear that one.
Maybe someone will call in about that. Anyway, listen, I'll see you at...
The Virgin Mary was at the Dolphin game?
No.
In the parking lot?
Yeah, right. I'll see you at Plantation this Saturday.
Okay, I'll be there.
We'll help you out on that. Listen, I got a shameless request that I've called you many times, never asked. Either the foul-mouthed Dolphins,
okay,
or I like that, what's that one with Rodman, the Balls or something?
Okay, you got them both.
And listen.
Yeah.
God bless you, and I want to say something for Les. Roy!
Okay, see ya. Get out of here already. What do you say?
Roy!
Man. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, foul-mouthed Rodman, is that what he said? Hey, how's that marriage coming, by the way, Dennis? What did that last, about a half an hour, that marriage he had? These people, it comes to a point where most of us with a brain, we get real tired of these people who are supposed to be so important. Tabloid human beings. Although I do enjoy reading the tabloids on the plane, though, I'm going to tell you. Those of you who fly a lot, just before you get on that plane, before you go to the gate, just stop at the newsstand, pick up each and every one of the tabloids, the Star, the Tatler, the Inquirer, the whatever the other ones are. And you'll just laugh yourself silly. I mean, there's some real great crap in there. That's basically all that's in there is crap, but it's amusing and kills some great time. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
I'm pretty depressed, buddy. I lost a lot of money in the game yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Well, a fool and his money are soon parted.
I know. But terrible thing about Lon. I mean, I thought, I'm a Republican, but I voted for him twice. I think he was a great guy. I don't know what your opinion is on him, but...
Hey, he was okay.
Yeah, he was
never
okay.
stole a freight train. And I guess he won't now.
Yeah, but I'm so depressed. If we had a cliff, I'd probably drive off it, but I got to stop doing this gambling crap.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, call up Eddie K tonight. I think he's going to have some special GA people on tonight. 10 o'clock, Ed Kaplan, or right after the Monday Night Football. Eddie K is going to be on there with some help for all you compulsive gamblers out there, okay? We have an open line at Broward 2 and Dade, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Because if you're just a compulsive gambler, you're not a sports fan, you're just, you got a problem. You don't want to admit it. I don't want to say that on this radio station because we have a lot of people who tune into this radio station who aren't sports fans, but they're just compulsive gamblers. Well, what do you think? Give me your take on, as soon as somebody starts talking that lingo, I know they need help right away. As soon as I'm listening to one of these shows, especially Hank, because Hank, they consider him the maven, whatever, when he's picking the ball games like he does on ESPN. As soon as they start calling and saying, well, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts means who should I bet? And why don't you stop talking this double talk, okay? You idiots out there that want to bore us with your gambling calls. Just call up and say, hey, who should I bet and who should I take? Are they going to cover the spread? That's all. Instead of trying to play this behind the back door crap, okay? Leave the back door crap to all those fudge packers out there and cut the crap. Cut the crap. Open line in Broward, 400 and Dade, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Remember that old thing about Nero was fiddling while Rome was burning? They're impeaching your goddamn president who's over there making peace in the Middle East, which of course is an oxymoron over there, Middle East peace, but nevertheless doing his damnedest to try to do it. And what are they worried about here? They're worried about blowjobs and people who try to lie about their sex lives and who aren't just going to sit out there and blurt out every goddamn gory detail. Yes?
The van is there.
The van is there, and how about the people? Are they lined up there with all kinds of cash for Senate 1 and our Best of Neil CDs and stuff?
Not yet.
Not yet. Now, how long are we going to give this location an opportunity, okay? The QAM van is there on the northeast corner of the Palmetto and 67th Avenue. That's Ludlow Road last time I checked, in the McDonald's parking lot. So before you go in there and give
northeast corner.
What is it?
Northeast.
That's what I just said.
Did you?
It's on the effing northeast corner. That's what I just said, mister. Of the Palmetto and 67th. Well, what do you mean? How can it be on the northeast corner of the Palmetto in 67? What does that mean?
North of the Palmetto, west, east of the Ludlam.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
There's a shopping center on the corner there.
Well, what is the name of the shopping center?
Oh, God.
What is... Oh, God. Okay, at the Oh, God shopping center, the one with George Burns' face on the marquee, just look for that. Just look for the big golden arches, okay? Look for McDonald's in the QAM van and a couple of guys who are looking at each other saying, what are we doing here, okay? Look for them. 26 after 11 at 560 WQM.
Yes, push.
Well, hey, Lloyd.
How do, Floyd?
We're Floyd and Lloyd. Let's do some picking for 'em.
All right, Floyd.
Not your nose, Lloyd.
Listen to my story about us good old boys.
We come from Alabama and we come from Illinois.
We come from Carolina and from Mississippi, too.
We love to chew tobacco and shout,
Yahoo! We're rednecks, that is.
pickup trucks, beer guts. And Mr. Tony George had a good idea.
Get them stock cars, boys, and bring them on up here.
We'll throw a big party and we'll fill up the place.
It's time that Indy had a NASCAR race.
At the Brickyard, that is.
In Speedway, Indiana, US of A. Yeehaw!
What's that space?
Dallas NASCAR fans are a whole new breed.
We love Rusty Wallace and we love Lake Speed.
You can see I'm a NASCAR fan from the back.
His pants are so low, you can see his butt crack.
Hey!
Lloyd, I can see a half moon and it's broad daylight. Get yourself a belt.
Can I put my name on the buckle?
Some NASCAR girls don't wear no shoes on their big floppy hooters. They got big tattoos.
And mister, if you meet a certain feller from the south,
Be careful if he tells you you got a pretty mouth.
Floyd, give me big hooters with big tattoos any day.
Hey, Lloyd, look at them jiggle twins. She's got a Dale Earnhardt tattoo right there between her boobies.
And a hairy gant between her legs.
Hey, Lloyd, let them see your dick trickle. Lloyd, I meant your dick trickle tattoo.
We sure had fun in Indy and we'll be coming back.
I got myself a checkered flag. It's nailed to my gun rack.
The Brickyard's been the best time this old boy has ever had.
Next year, I'll bring my parents, Mom and Uncle Dan. Show them your new teeth, Lloyd.
I bought them on layaway.
I got me a picture of Richard Petty and Elvis.
Mounted?
No, they're just shaking hands.
11:33 at 560 WQM. No more of those bad Elvis jokes. We're going to get those Elvis Files upset again. What time is that show coming on, by the way? The Elvis Files? So anyway, Sam and Chris this is really embarrassing, okay? They got the van up there in Miami Lakes, and they expect me to go on here and tour for them for dates for the Christmas party at Tropical Acres. So maybe if we have some nice old ladies out there who'd like to accompany Sam and Chris to Tropical Acres, they'll provide you with a fizzy glass to put your teeth in just before dinner comes. You can gum the food. It'll be delicious. The applesauce is out of this world. You can gum it. Oh, my God, a Christmas party at Tropical Acres. Even Skipper Upchuck is embarrassed with that one. So anyway, they want some ladies to come by there, okay? So just drive by there and pick up your best of CDs and cassettes, and then as soon as they start hitting on you, look at them and go, like that. Like you think about touching either one of them? I think the answer would be a quick no. But anyway, so I did my best shot. There you go, guys. That's the best I can do for either one of you. We have an open line in Dade, 2 in Broward, 5670560 and pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. So evidently we had a couple of cars out there, huh? As we continue pushing and prodding and trying, we'll get there. We'll get our $100,000, and even I'm amazed at how this thing is finally starting to roll along. Don't forget our website there, neilrogers.com. You can order the best of stuff right off the internet, or you can call Center 1 at 563-3600, or go to your border stores at, where the hell are they? In Boynton Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Kendall, Aventura, Coral Springs, The Grove, Boca Plantation, and we'll see you at the Plantation store this Saturday, noon to 2 at the Borders and Plantation, which is right next door to, what is it next door to? Anaco. No, what's the store there? Best Buy. Okay, let's go to Biscayne Park. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Tony from Biscayne Park. Long time no talk.
How you doing, Tony?
Not too bad. I've had a life, been practicing law and maintaining my house. Been doing pretty well.
Practice makes perfect, Tony.
Yes, it does.
That's what the president says.
Yeah. Anyway, the story on the he-coon.
Yes.
Okay.
If anybody would know about a he-coon, it would be Tony.
Yeah,
he knows his coons.
The irony was not lost on me.
Right.
Trust me. Anyway, from what I understand, the younger raccoons in the woods, both male and female, usually do their hunting in the early part of the evening as soon as it turns dark.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's the time when all the prey knows that they're out, so they're.
So in other words, when it turns dark, that's when the coons come out.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But the older male coons in the herd, or whatever you call them, they're smarter. They wait until just before, because remember his thing was the old he-coon walks just before the light of day.
Right.
Well, what that means is he waits until just before sunup, when all of the younger coons have done their hunting and they're back hiding out, and all the rest of the game has come out. That's when
they're back in the hood. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hiding.
That's basically where that came from.
Okay.
But I had a lot of respect for Governor Chiles. He appointed me to the State Marine Fisheries Commission last year. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I've had it for about a year. And I think that's going to be his one of his great legacies. He not only preached the value of diversity in the government and in getting all the different citizen groups involved, but he actually put it into place. You saw his last appointment to the Supreme Court was a black female, which has never been done. And this was just a pattern that he had throughout the 8 years that he was in office. He looked for people from all different walks of life, all different ethnic groups, but he looked for quality. He looked for people who were qualified for whatever position he was trying to fill, and he moved forward on that.
He was a good old boy. The only thing I wish he wouldn't have lost that $12 as a kid, which made him so anti-gambling and so goody two-shoes on that issue. But other than that, he was. Oh
yeah, I agree on that issue.
Yeah.
He was very antiquated, but I think he's going to go down as one of the best we've had. But anyway, good talking to you again, Neil. And when is your next appearance after the one at McDonald's today?
Our next appearance?
Yeah.
I'm appearing at McDonald's. Oh, you mean where are they going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, when is the next Center One appearance that you're going to be at?
Oh, no, that's Saturday at the Plantation Borders, noon to 2.
Saturday at Plantation
on Sunrise Boulevard.
Okay, hope to see you then.
Okay, Tony.
Good talking to
Take
you.
it easy. Okay, we have 2 open lines today. What's just happened? I looked away again for 1 second. They're pretty, I understand. It's the 14th of December. It's Hanukkah and it's Christmas, and you're busy, right? And it's Monday. Are they busy?
No,
but they're putting on a good act.
They got $80.
Yeah, well, they've only been there for like 8 minutes. That's better than usual? Usually by now they're calling in saying, oh, we only got $20. Nobody's here yet. It's going to take them a while to get there, okay? So maybe, I don't know what to say about that. We'll play it by ear, by noon. If we have a turnout there by noon, and it looks like we're going to start getting some serious numbers of people in there, fine. And if not, they're just going to have to go where there's like some living and breathing people. By the way, if you're driving on 441, you can't hear QAM again. When we had that problem, I don't want to say we had it solved, but it kind of solved itself for a while. I think Castro's got that old woodpecker fired up again, or something. Because when you're driving on 441, that sound is back again when you try to hear our QAM. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole AM band on 441 is like that. One of the wonders of being on AM, baby, trying to fight the goddamn high-tension wires and the light bulb, the lights, the fluorescent lights. No matter what the hell it is, if you're on AM, you got a little bit of a problem. But hey, that's what we like. We like overcoming those handicrafts. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How come since Jimmy Blubberhead Johnson has come to Miami, you stopped calling him Howdy Doody?
What is it?
You used to call him Howdy Doody all the time.
But Gordon Murphy on the Panthers looks more like Howdy Doody. But if that makes you happy, Howdy Doody, and have a great life. Oh, I'm not calling him. He's suggesting that I'm not calling him Howdy Doody because I'm in this station. Is that what he's suggesting? That is most amusing. Okay, I'm the one guy who said, "What has he shown us here so far? Not much of anything, including last night." But I don't want to talk about it. We have an open line at Broward, all 3 in Dade, 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Just like they said, when I came over here, I'd start kissing Wayne's ass, and they were absolutely right about that too, weren't they? 21 before noon at 560 WQM. No spy reports on that Calgary Panthers game on Saturday, huh? Probably because they weren't watching the game. They were out there busy grabbing those T-shirts from the. And did they fix any of the problems from the night before? I would like to know. Did they get the goddamn scoreboard working? Did they get the goddamn goal light so you can see it when it goes on, since there were 6 goals and scored that game? I'd like to find out some of this stuff. Have we had any spy reports?
No.
What has happened to this defense? I mean, I don't know. Everybody got to get there. We're going to chance. We're going to win against them. We got to go and win the game. We got to go out and we got to stay together.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jarvis.
Rude, obnoxious, foul, and distasteful. The Dolphins are cursing, and man, it's disgraceful, 'cause Brian Cox and the rest of them are saying, suck my d***, make my shit on you, mother.
Words of love, they toss in the microphone. The dump button just can't seem to be left alone. And all of this is because they like saying, suck my lick my shit on you, motherfucker. Oh, but they play football badly.
How do you say that?
How did the Patriots kick their ass? Look, when will they make it to the Super Bowl? But with an attitude as bad as theirs, they're tossing our hopes down the stairs.
Oh, man.
Rude, obnoxious, foul, and distasteful. The Dolphins are cursing, and man, it's disgraceful. 'Cause Brian Cox and the rest of them are saying, suck my dick, lick my balls, shit on you. Yes, they're saying, suck my dick, lick my balls, motherfucker. Oh, they're saying, suck my dick, lick my balls, shit on you. Suck my dick, lick my balls, shit on you, motherfucker.
Joe DiMaggio remains in hospital, it says. Joe D orders doctors to stop issuing updates, but they still put the update on there, even though he said stop doing it. Just tell us either when he gets out, is he getting out, or if he croaks, okay? And in the meantime, leave him alone. God, is he ugly. Seriously, you know, in fact, maybe that's one of the reasons I'm so fascinated with that. Because it's not easy when I find somebody who's even uglier than I am. And believe me, no, seriously, I'm not even in his category. I'm not even in the same league with him. 2 open lines in Dade, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
You know, I was thinking Theo Fleury, Wayne Corbett, and Lawton Chiles all have one thing in common. That's that they know how to ruin a good time in Florida.
Yeah.
See you later, Neil.
Okay. Okay, there's our spy report on the game the other night. Now, seriously, I mean, how is it possible that nobody can call and tell me if they corrected any of the problems? And no, I do not want to hear from Andy from Hollywood over on I'm never going to recover from that. I'm not joking you. I'm never going to recover from the fact that I've allowed him to come anywhere near me game after game without realizing it was that whining, annoying, irritating, oh, God. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Cutler Ridge. Hello.
Neil, I'm pissed off.
About?
Well, last week I was listening to you, and you've been on a roll lately. I've been laughing.
I'm rolling it.
You are. I was laughing my ass off when I heard that Buffalo Bill take.
Uh-huh.
And that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That is, I can't handle it. It just drives me off the edge.
Well, I was on hold for like 20 minutes, and you put that bit on it, and I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm sitting there crying, laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pull me up, and then the first thing out of my mouth was, he puts the lotion in the basket.
Right.
And you hung up on me. And I had this great idea.
I thought that was it.
You thought I was cranking it.
No, I just thought that was your comment.
No, that was it, man. I had a whole itinerary of things I wanted to talk to you about, especially Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
If I lived to
How's
be
he doing, by the way?
He's not so good.
No.
If I lived to be 84 years old, I mean, just plop me in the ground. I don't want
that's enough.
Exactly. I mean, what are they going to do? They want him to live to 100?
I mean, look, if you're 84, you've been smoking all your life, and they have to take one lung out because you got cancer of the lung. What you should do at that point is kiss the ground and say, God, I guess I've been pretty goddamn lucky.
For 84 years, and just plant me away. I agree.
And also was married to Marilyn Monroe for a little while there, too.
He's an ugly
what else he bitching about?
He's an ugly bastard, too.
Especially when you look like that. I mean, I don't care how many goddamn hits he had or how many, 56 straight games, but good God.
Yeah, but that
he
was
must have had really bad eyesight.
That was 1902. That was before we started playing these pairs $15 million for...
Can you believe that?
That sucks.
I mean, so basically, like the guy said before, if you're in New York, Los Angeles, or Atlanta, which has got TBS with a big TV contract, if you've got basically limitless amount of funds that you can spend, you can go out and pay $100 million, $200 million a year. We don't give a crap. And you people in our other market, you're not going to be able to compete. So good luck to you.
That's right. He got his on the head. He said.
In addition, of course, and if you do want to compete, then you're going to have to start raping your fans even more than you already are, and doubling the ticket prices, which nobody will put up with.
That's definitely. He hit it right on the head when he said, just start the playoffs with the Orioles, the Yankees, the
Braves,
the Dodgers, and the Braves.
Right. There you go. That's enough.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I boycott all baseball. I am so glad that the NBA strike is. I'm really sad that it's coming to an end because those big monkeys don't deserve the money.
The best thing that ever happened to literacy in America is the NBA being. I don't think they're going to have any season at all. By the way,
I hope they don't,
No.
because I am just loving it.
Yep.
And I wanted to try on for a cart, Neil. This is for Defo.
Yeah.
Defo. Jeff. Sucks. How was it?
Okay, see you. Okay, we have date lines wide open, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I guess that has something to do with that JETS thing that sucks. I don't know, because I don't listen to that show too much. Because I like coming in and being in a real good mood every morning like I am today. So how are we doing out there at Miami Lakes? What is it?
120.
That's pretty, what is that?
And it died.
And it died. Yeah, so that's six in 25 minutes. That's pretty weak. And there's nobody there now. See, I appreciate very much the fact they're doing this every day because it's helping us immensely, immeasurably, and it's going to probably be responsible for us going over our goal of $100,000. We won't get to Sam's goal of $300,000, but But if we're gonna purposely pick out spots where we don't have any audience, it would seem to me that these guys would have a better grasp. Maybe they like the chicks up there in Miami Lakes. Maybe that's what they're looking for, or maybe it's close to nearby Shula's and they figure they can stop over there and get a free meal or something. But it would seem to me that there are many, many, many parts of town. In fact, Broward, quite frankly, I think we're going to do a lot better. I'm trying to think of other places in Dade County where we might have an audience, other than where we've already been. Do we have an audience in Dade County?
No.
No, I don't. Like down in Cutler Ridge, which is too far to go all the way down there today, but we didn't do any appearance down there this year, thanks to certain people upstairs. Cutler Ridge, we got a big audience down there. We had a gigantic turnout 2 years ago for our last appearance there. Remember that? Standing room only. But other than that, since they're already up to Miami Lakes, somewhere like in Broward would be good. How about over in Hallandale?
Oi!
How about right in front of Sonny Rosenberg's house?
Oi!
Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Spy report for that so-called game, Panthers game.
Yes, sir.
I was there. All the mechanical stuff worked. The Panthers didn't show up.
Uh-huh.
I don't think, and the organ guy didn't show up. He was there, but he didn't want to play anything.
He didn't want to play his
organ?
organ?
It was a boring night.
Yeah. And how about the goal lights? Did they straighten
The
those
goal
out?
lights worked. You know, they worked.
So you could actually see them?
Yeah, you could actually see the goal light on the north side.
Oh! All right.
That I'd like to find out.
How'd you like those
what
two
happened to the
greasy
organ
goals?
guy.
That I didn't see the other ones, but the highlights that I saw, the two goals that I saw Kirk McLean let in, that wraparound and that shot that went between his legs, that was horrendous.
They could have threw footballs in, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
They could have threw footballs in. And I don't know what the heck is going on, but those Panthers, they need a bullet up the butt or something the night before the game after they won the one before.
Yeah.
They're screwing up really bad. So I just wanted to let you know that all the mechanical stuff is on cue there now.
Okay, so we got the mechanical straightened out. We got the goal lights. Now all we need is a team. There we go.
You got it.
Okay, pal. Thanks for the
All right.
report. There you go. We finally got a few things straightened out. How about Pavel Bure? We're going to pay for him?
No.
Okay. How about Zygmunt Palffy?
No.
Got the money for him? Okay. Just checking these things out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I will say this, by the way, Mike Smith in Toronto, one thing I can say about him.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he really is. You know, that pot ban deal that they keep thinking, it's the same old crap again. In fact, I think Mike Smith and Brian Murray may be the same In fact, I think Mike Smith, he takes the things out of his shoes. What do they call those? The elevator shoes off? By the way, here's the latest poll. Clinton, should he resign? 37% say yes. 62% say
no.
There you go. That poll taken over the weekend. Here's the Republicans saying he ought to resign to spare us for this impeachment trial in the Senate, which they're the ones that are going to put us through it. And 62% of the public says, no, we don't want him to resign, okay? Cut the crap. Cut the crap is what the public says, and the goddamn right-wing assholes, they won't cut the crap. That's right. On and on it goes, and where it stops, who the hell knows where. I'll tell you where it stops, the 2000 election. You think this last election was just a whisper in their ear. They're gonna take such a bath at the polls in the year 2000, they're not going to know what hit them. They're going to be screaming for, it puts the lotion in your casket. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami. Going once. Going twice.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a frustrated Dolphin fan. I'm calling about that game last
Yeah, well,
night.
guess what? We don't care, okay? Call one of the sports shows. We're not interested in no frustrated Dolphin fans.
Yeah, man.
We don't give a crap.
Yeah, man.
In fact, let me say this, as somebody who used to be a former paying, nobody used to give me the tickets I used to pay 5 years in a row for my own Dolphin tickets right there at the 50-yard line. Only one thing I could say that would sum up my feelings about that whole situation.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Exactly. Thank you. It's 11:55 at 560 WQM. We got the Humper, Hank Goldberg out at Chula Steak 2 coming up at 2 o'clock. And then we got the Bookster at 6. We got Monday Night Football, a real game coming up at 8 o'clock, Lions at 49ers.
We're so sorry, Dennis Rodman. We don't stock and all the teddies in blues and green. We're so sorry, Dennis Rodman. But the panties come with snappies to secure your little thing.
Bill Jackson notified me. He said you're very pretty, but you're dressing too petite. He asked if you would mind wearing something underneath, because you're way too tall.
Way too tall.
Every time he jumps, you can see his basketball.
You look retarded, retarded for 7 foot tall guy. You look retarded, retarded for 7 foot tall guy. Likes to skip and float around through his Nike to the ground if you wanna hold him down. Daddy's Robin likes to skip and flip around. Flop his feet, don't touch the ground, even leg will weigh him down.
Good afternoon at 560 WQM. Thanks to Chuck, our good paisan, and Nisi across the street for our great lunch today. What did you get? A sub?
Combo.
And my usual meatballs with cheese and onions. My Nisi balls. Thanks, guys. You continue to be right on the corner of 199th and 441. We have an open line in Dade County, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Our poll question today, who was more important in the nature of human events in the course of American history, Lawton Chiles or Joe DiMaggio? That's our poll question today, okay? Or Elvis Presley. There you go. That's the choice. We've added Governor Bumpkin in there now in honor of his memory. He croaked the other day on his exercise bike with his enlarged heart. Couldn't handle the pressure anymore. It just exploded. Where we're going? Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
How about
Sounds like Woody to me.
No, you always say
Yeah,
that.
it is. You're either Woody or you're his twin brother, okay? And no matter what it is, you got to say, I don't want to hear it. We have an open line at Dade 2 in Broward, 5670560. By the way, we're caught up with the request. Nice going, Neil. Told you. I'll request between now and the holidays to get us through the end of the year. Have we heard from one woman today? Oh, yeah, we did have one. That's right. One or two. They're playing hard to get. They're out there busy lighting the menorah. They're out there nailing mezuzahs on the door frames of Goyim all over town. That's the new plot, by the way, because of all this intermarriage, all this interfaith marriage crap that's going on. And the gene pool is being watered down, the Jewish genetic gene pool to a precious few. So as a result, we're going to have to start nailing up mezuzahs on door frames of Goyim to make them think that they're Jewish. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say I love the show, and I hope you have a great holiday. And I got a request for the Scottish bagpipes.
All right.
All right.
And have a happy, pal. There you go. All request day, baby. We're doing it over here. Are we getting any reports from them over there? Because I hesitate to keep plugging that place because I think, it's up to them. They're the ones who are selecting these places. But the less said, the better, okay? George is picking up the instrument right now. Is that them? Because we had the last number you gave me was like $120. If we're going to do $120 every half hour, they're going to have to be there till about 2 o'clock in the morning to reach 1,000. Okay, with my arithmetic last time I figured. Like I said, they're going to have to be there until Wednesday at midnight. Was that then? Oh. So they were out there on the northeast corner of the Palmetto at 67th in the McDonald's parking lot with all of our best of stuff. They got free Dolphin T-shirts. They got free whatever else who knows what they got. But they sure have the best of Neil stuff, cassettes and CDs, etc. Come on, let's get an update. Let's give us a number, okay? Let's get this thing rolling. Let's get it like we had it going last Thursday and Friday. Let's zoom it along there and get up to a 2 billion.
240.
What is it? 240? Yeah, like I said, we'll get there. It's not too bad.
And no girls.
Good. Good. Let's forget all the sex crap, okay? Let's keep the sex out of this, all right? Let's keep the hanky-panky reserved to the skybox there at the Macarena. We know what Sam's got going on up there. Doesn't everybody know? There you go. He's getting enough action up there that most people get in a lifetime, so don't worry about it. Here's Key Largo. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, good show. Neil Guy. What can I say? Neil saying hello to all my friends in Cuba who, after I told them you were on the air, they're just great listening to you like every day in their lives.
Yeah.
And I want to say hello to Chad Taylor in Key Largo, another friend of mine that usually helps me with my computer.
Hey, this is George. You know who this is.
And also, Merry Christmas to you, Neil.
Okay, Metaconis, Christmas to you, too. Okay, we have an open line at date one. What do you say, Metaconis? 5670, Feliz Navidad. Feliz, come on, let's hear it. Let's hear Ricky Martin. By the way, Puerto Rico said
no
to statehood, and thank God for that, because then we would have had to say no. But it's getting closer and closer. They keep voting like every 2 weeks on it. It was like 46% said yes, and 4% said
no.
And, of course, we're thinking, hey, we don't care what you say because there's no chance. Not that we have anything against Puerto Ricans. We have many fine Puerto Rican citizens who live here in South Florida. Well, I shouldn't use the word citizens. We have many illegal aliens here. Now, that's an interesting point. I never stopped and think about that. If people come from the Virgin Islands or from Puerto Rico, I guess it's not possible for them to be illegal aliens, is it?
They're citizens by birth.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So why are you making up stories about illegal aliens from Puerto Rico? Why'd you say that? Okay, where are we going? Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how come Professor Prozac took 8 hours to discover his body?
What?
Well, they take 8 hours.
Oh, get out of here, will you? It's that tired old guy from... I don't want to talk to you chronic New Yorkers, okay? Get that guy from Boynton Beach and elope already, will you? Got nothing to say, no material. 2 open lines in Broward, 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. What is it about New Yorkers? There's so many wonderful... There are millions of wonderful people from New York, but they're all there. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Great.
Listen,
Never been better, sir. I'm right on top of the world with Karen Carpenter.
Listen, I don't have much material, but I got to share this with you, all right? I actually went into a toy store. I saw a Peter Worrell hockey doll.
Yeah.
You know where I found it? At FAO Schwarza.
FAO Schwartz. Yeah, okay, thank you. I thought you were going to say it, Toys B Us. More of those damn racial jokes, man. More the merrier. We have an open line at date, 5670560, pound 560. I understand that Terry Murray started Peter Worrell the other night. They lost again. I understand Calgary made a monkey out of him. So anyway, by the way, Saturday night was the 30th anniversary of that song, Hockey Night in Canada, and the Leafs stunk the joint out, and Curtis Joseph led in 2 real bad goals.
Hockey Night
there you
in
go.
Canada
30 years they've been playing that song. Get out of here with that. Since Labatt took over, by the way, that show ain't worth a crap. That's the damn truth. I'll tell you that right now. Well, you can't win every day, boys. You can't win every day. They're going pretty good, eh? They're going okay. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Buddy?
Okay.
Hey, who cares about the Jets? How about them Giants?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, beating Denver.
Doesn't that show you how mediocre the whole league is when the Giants can beat Denver?
Really
and not only that, but it's like somebody pierced a big balloon. They had all this hoopla set up for next Monday night. It was going to be undefeated. They were going to bring out all those old 72 Dolphins again, and both teams wound up losing yesterday.
Nick Bonacounty drinking that champagne. Hey, how about a shameless request? How about Saddam Hussein?
Is a MFer? Okay. Is that what he said, an MF? Something like that. Okay, I'm writing these down, man. We'll get them all on. Because it's the goddamn holidays, and we're here to celebrate and make it a little bit easier for you. We have an open line in Broward County, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. That's our poll question today. Who's more important, Earl Morrall or Joe DiMaggio? Who's got a better haircut? Not a bad guy, Earl Moore. A little bit more right-wing than I am, but he's not a bad guy. What is he? He was the sheriff of Davie of Nottingham. Here you go. They're showing it again. Look at that. December 4th through the 6th. Well, I don't get that. What did they just show there? That was bizarre. Okay, here's the approval rating over the weekend. 64% approve of Bubba. 34 say they disapprove, and only 2% are stupid enough they don't know who he is. 64% approval rating, and this is after the House Judiciary Committee votes out these 4 articles of impeachment, okay? After these guys, they just refuse to get the message. They're all going to wind up with Newt Gingrich. They're going to wind up there in Aintree up in the woods with a lot of spare time on their hands.
Oh, God, Neil.
Hi there, boys and girls. Today, we've got a very extra special friend stopping by to show us all about something really special. I hear him at the door right now. Come on in, Mr. McMahon.
How are you, laddie? Hey, brought by something I wanted to show you.
Ooh, I wonder what it is. It looks like an octopus with a kilt on.
That's me bag, boy.
Ooh, your bag?
Hey.
Ooh, what? Can I touch it?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh.
Run your hands there.
That's soft.
Hey, like
really?
velvet. Hey.
Oh, what's this right here?
That is my blowpipe.
What do you do with the blowpipe?
You blow on it, lad.
You blow on it?
Hey, you put your mouth around it and you blow.
Oh, can I do that?
Hey, would you like to blow my pipe, laddie?
Oh, can I?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Come on, lad. You got to put your mouth around it, lad. Don't be afraid it's not going to break.
Like this?
Hey, that's a boy. Stick it all the way down your throat.
It's getting bigger.
Hey, that means you're doing it right.
What's this over here?
That's me chanter.
What do I do with that?
What you do with that, laddie, is you put your both hands on it, you cover the hole, and you run your hands up and down the shaft real quick.
Ooh, that's nice.
Hey.
Like that?
Hey, run your hands up and down it there. Now what you want to do, laddie, is you want to blow on the pipe. You want to squeeze the bag nice and gentle. And then you want to run your hands up into the shaft real quick.
Okay.
All together, all at the same time.
Okay, here we go.
Good, laddie. Hey, that's good, lad. Sure. Hey, it's good, laddie. Keep blowing. Blow harder, laddie. Harder. Squeeze the bag. Squeeze more. Run your hand up and down the shaft. Quick, faster. Run your hand up and down faster. Blow. Oh, you've been doing your playing on my bag.
Can I do that again?
After the catch me breath, maybe.
Now, what lighter is this? This isn't the one they brought you at that.
No, that's a different one.
Huh?
No, that's
where the hell did you get this?
From the Drambuie people.
It's a Drambuie lighter. Boy, this is really great. Boy. This isn't a lighter. This is a freaking torch. Oh, we're not smoking in here, are we? Are we smoking stogies in here? Well, we better not do that when we move upstairs. Anyway, we got a million calls on here, which we'll get to, but there's a big article in here this morning, the battle for fans. This is incredible. This in a town where there are some people who are getting on the verge of asking for public money to build a new baseball stadium. South Florida's crowded sports scene creating problems and empty stadiums, it says.
Boy!
Sports owners try to stay positive despite dwindling attendance. And it talks about the matadors who aren't drawing flies, and about the he-coons, about their football attendance, and their invisible basketball crowds, which there isn't anybody there, and the Fusion, with their horrendous average attendance of 10,284 in soccer, ranking only ahead of Kansas City in the 12-team league, and about what is that indoor soccer team? Everything they got. The Thundercats, there you go, as cheap as seats are $8, are well short of the league's $6,000 per game average last season, even though they made an ambitious effort to reach fans by participating in dozens of community events. And it goes on and on about the 8,000 unsold tickets for the Dolphins-Rams game, and about the 2 games that had to be picked up by Channel 4 or they would have been blacked out. More and more stadiums, more and more arenas, more overpaid, illiterate dumb jocks. That's what we need. There you go.
Oh!
I think finally we're reaching that point. We're reaching the point of saturation, and people are just learning to say
no.
Just like Nancy Reagan would tell you, just say
no
to overpaid, illiterate dumb jocks. And then we can talk about important things on this station, like Joe DiMaggio. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
Okay.
I just wanted to say I love your show, and I want to wish you good holidays, and I have a shameless request.
Yes, sir.
Farewell to IOD, please.
Okay.
Like to hear it.
See ya.
Have a good one.
How about goodbye, IOD, or farewell? Yeah. Oh, by the way, if Boca Brian's listening, don't come in today unless you don't want to get paid. Well, I forgot to bring him a check because I didn't get home and the plane didn't land till late last night. And I got in the car just in time to hear, boy, I'll tell you one thing, there was no laughter coming from Bill Zimfer, the anonymous Dolphin broadcaster, last night. I got in my car, it was 11:20 Eastern Standard Time at Miami International Airport. Get in the car, turn on the radio, of course there's QAM, and there's Zimfer sounding like his puppy just had bad diarrhea on the living room floor with a heavy house full of guests. He sounded really depressed, and the Dolphins were driving for a touchdown, and you could hear a pin drop. So obviously it was a meaningless touchdown. The game was just about over, and it was. No laughter from him. And again, I'm thinking to myself, he's not bad. It's not that he does a bad job, even though he's like colorless. He's okay. But the fact that he doesn't live here, that he's not an identity, like Hank will tell you all the time, nobody knows who the hell he is. If you ask who's on the Dolphin broadcast, 99 out of 100 people are saying Mandich. And they'll say, yeah, well, he does the color, but who does the play-by-play? And they'll go, I don't know. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I have a question. Did that Sun Cruise Casino thing open up again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm a lifeguard right in front of it. The traffic to get in that place is horrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're running spots for it here on our station, so they must be doing something.
Yeah.
Because you know us, we'll take anybody's money.
I'm going on a trip to Europe on Sunday. The plane trip is about 10 hours long. Is there like bad turbulence from here to Europe or something?
Oh, man, you better hang on tight, sweetheart.
Oh, really?
You better take some, well, what do you mean is there bad turbulence? I mean,
like the plane ride is...
Sometimes there is. Sometimes it's as smooth as gliding on a pond. It depends on the luck.
Oh, man, I hope I get a smooth flight. Hey, I have a request.
It's BYOB. Bring your own barf bag, yes?
Can I hear Geldy?
Okay, you got it.
All right,
Have a good time, pal. Good luck to you. It's going to be really choppy up there. Woo! I'll tell you one thing. Flying up over the weekend, Friday, get just to Lake Erie, and I'm going to tell you, I've hit about 40 seconds worth of turbulence like I haven't hit in a long time in a plane. I mean, real nasty turbulence. And the guy sitting next to me says, that's a little more turbulence than I care for. Something like that. Some silly Canadian thing he said, eh? And I said, how's it going, eh? Really nasty. In fact, the last time I can recall that, it's about 3-4 years ago. You'll get that a lot in the summertime at Atlanta. Not only is it a pain in the ass flying around Atlanta into that airport and out because it's so goddamn congested, and a lot of times you have to, circle the airport for about a half hour until you get clearance to land. That's really annoying. When you got a connection and you know you're already where you're going, but they keep circling and circling because they got to wait for clearance to land because they can't land everybody at the same time. But boy, they get some of those summer storms in Atlanta. And then, of course, the other place where, from May until October, there's very often real bad turbulence because it's storming and raining and puking. I don't want to say the state of Florida. Woo! You can fly all the way from Europe and back, and we've had this experience. Smooth as a sheet of ice. Or at least as smooth as a sheet of ice is supposed to be, but not in the NHL. And then you get to the state of Florida, and all of a sudden you're rocking and jamming, and you're just ready to puke your guts out. But anyway, have a great flight, pal. Piece of cake. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Well, it's almost a sheet of ice if you just change a letter in the NHL. Did you go to the Vancouver game last week?
The Vancouver game?
Yeah, the Vancouver.
We didn't play Vancouver last week. We played Ottawa.
I'm sorry.
Some bunch of Canucks, yeah, whoever the hell they were.
Well, in the first goal that we let in went underneath the goalie's stick in between his legs when we were ahead 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, Burke let in at least 4 greasy goals in that game. He's brutal.
Under your stick, between your legs. Anyways, I was on the internet trying to buy your CDs, and it only had the option to purchase cassettes. Are they still available in CDs, and are they available on the internet in CDs?
George says they are available. However, Part 1 is sold out on the internet and at Borders in Fort Lauderdale. Number 1s are going way faster than number 2.
Right, and of course, because I put number 1 together. But so what does that mean? So we're getting them redone? We're getting them restocked? What? Well, what does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I don't think so. I was not told that we were doing that.
How am I going to be able to get that on CD?
Find a Borders that has one.
Yeah. Well, now wait a minute. Where did you go? Or are you doing it on the internet? Where do you live?
I'm trying to do it on the internet. I live in.
Where do you live? But wait a minute. What if he just called Center One?
Will they have it?
George, what if he just called Center One? Can somebody give me an answer? Somebody speak to me, please. God, I just can't believe this. Okay, just call Center One. Let me give you the number, okay?
Shameless, I have that number.
Let me give you you got the number, okay.
And shameless request Superman.
Superman? You mean okay, I got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we have an open line in Broward, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line.
You can get him by calling Center One.
Like I said, if you call 954-563-3600, they do have Best of Neil on CD, Part 1, like I said. How are we doing out there at the McDonald's, by the way?
They're going to be moving. We're at 210.
That's
they're
in an hour.
Pines.
They're going to go where?
Pembroke Pines.
Pembroke Pines. There you go, in Broward County, where we have some people who listen to WQAM and the Neil Rogers Show who speak English. So that's right, they don't speak English in Pembroke Pines, but they're still listening. See, I'll tell you one thing. I was just thinking about this during that last break. One good thing that it goes to show you that even though these far-bitchin' right-wing Cubans that showed up in the Orange Bowl on Saturday, and I'm sure with some help from some right-wing lunatics in their Spanish-language media, all they could whip up was a couple of hundred derelicts out there with dragging their kids along to try to goose it up and make it look like somebody showed up with their anti-Matacon hysteria. That's a pretty good commentary that the rest of the community just told them in any language, okay? Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I wanted to talk to you about two things, but while I was on hold, I was surfing through the channels here, and there's a Spanish show where the guy's name is Fuste, and he does...
Tomas Garcia Fuste?
There you go. And I'm not getting all of it, don't quote me, but apparently he's been taken off the air because of that the gay amendment right, that he was supporting it, and the news station didn't want him to deal with that, and they're throwing him off the air.
Really?
Incredible stuff. But anyway, I called
they must have been easily influenced by those 40 people that showed up there on Saturday.
Yeah,
that must have been their whole audience.
Incredible. Anyway, I called you about two things. I'm getting a humidor for Christmas, and somebody told me that I cannot fill my humidor with different cigars because it'll mess up the cigars. Is that true?
That's ridiculous. You can put whatever you want. We got a humidor sitting right back here. It's got all kinds of wild stuff in it.
Okay, great.
Some of which I can't even tell you.
Great, Neil. And my second thing is, can I audition for, you know how you got all the buttons that you push and you got a guy that comes out there and says no? Can I change that? Can I audition for a new guy that says no?
Yeah, sure.
You want me to do it now?
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Okay, you lose, but nice try. Okay, we have an open line in the Dade 1 in Broward. What did he say? Hell no? Okay. Sir, nice try, but
no
is the answer. How can you possibly be Larry King's?
No.
I mean, just the way he says it. People all over this town are going,
no.
That's right.
No.
And then if that doesn't do it for you, how about Druzy?
No.
Just say
no.
25 past noon at 560 WQAM, your psychotic station for the 90s and for the holidays. Happy Chanukah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, man. We're almost done with this crap. 14th of December already, so they're moving to another location, our WQAM van.
20 minutes.
In 20 minutes, which will tell you. But you see, we wasted all this time.
They're up to 352. So it has
352?
Total waste.
Where does the 2 come from? They're from 352 to whatever it is. Now, is
20 minutes they're going to be moving.
With a TWO or TU?
I want to bang you in the butt, honey.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Christopher Reeve is Superman 5.
Help! Superman, quick! Jimmy Olsen is drowning!
Hey, here comes Superman. Here he comes. He's in a wheelchair.
Hurry up, Superman!
Okay, where's Jimmy? Oh, too late.
Yeah, they ought to call you Super Gimp.
Get out of here, you freak!
Oh, Clark. Nothing's happening. Get on top of me.
Okay.
Ow!
I, the evil Zod, have finally figured out a way to defeat Superman.
With kryptonite?
No, steps. Superman 5, The Search for a Bigger Doorway, rolling into a theater near you.
12:31 at 560 WQAM. By the way, that remake of Psycho, that was a made-for-TV film. right? That was on TV, wasn't it? Or is that a movie?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, I'm thinking of Rear Window. I'm sorry, because I was just listening to this crap. Yeah, that's right. Psycho is a... now, is that out? Because I've been reading scathing, horrendously negatory, grotesque, disgusting, like it's the worst piece of turd you've ever seen in your life. And why didn't they just colorize the original one, like I've been saying? Oh, let's remake it with a bunch of characters that nobody will possibly believe. And then, of course, we all know about Tony Perkins and Janet Leigh anyway. Oh, we don't? Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Great. You know, I wanted to say something about Lawton Chiles. I kind of liked him. You know, the only thing I could have ever opposed him with was this gambling.
Yeah, well, he lost $12 as a 12-year-old kid, and he just,
Yeah, but at least he kept it personal. He didn't try and make it some religious, crazy, nutty thing. And about Clinton, I knew David Shippers in Chicago, and that guy used to be an incredible prosecutor, fighting the mob and everything like that. But he's just become a sanctimonious hired gun for a bunch of religious zealots.
Yeah.
And so you have a great Kwanzaa.
You too. His indignation and his feigned outrage there in that closing argument the other day, it was such garbage. On, and kept repeating the same thing over and over again. I mean, this is an endurance contest. These guys are basically subjecting the American public to an endurance contest. How long before you and El Presidente finally just can't take it anymore? You say, okay, we all give up. That's what it's all about. Is there anybody that wants to see one more minute of this crap?
No.
Man, the only people who want it to go on forever are MSNBC and CNN. Those are the only ones that care because their ratings have zoomed up every time they put this garbage on there. Of course, what would you rather see? Would you rather see the hearings, or would you rather see Don Imus sitting in a chair talking to his brother Fred on the farm again? Jesus, I don't understand. I just don't get it. I do not get it. And I'm an Imus fan from years ago. I'll say it again for the 500th time. Back in the days when he was hysterically funny and he was a real talent. And now all of a sudden he's making more money than ever before. They just signed him for another 500 years. In fact, that's even worse than signing Kevin Brown. 7 years. He's going to be 41 years old when that contract expires. Is there anybody in this room who believes that he's still going to be pitching when he's 41 years old?
No.
For his $15 million a year?
No.
I hope the Dodgers take a real gigantic, is what I hope. I hope they lose 100 games this year. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I am.
Neil.
Yes.
Love your show. Lawton Chiles, his death. Was it an overdose, like of Prozac or what?
What is it?
Did he take like an overdose of Prozac?
He took an overdose of Prozac. That's right. Absolutely, sir. Call me back when you speak English, okay? We have an open line at Dade 1 in Broward. I think that was my cab driver from Toronto. 567-0560 and pound 560 on the mobile 1 line. Here's Coconut Creek. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Neil?
Great. Never been better, sir.
Oh, good. I'm not from around here, but I am enjoying the show today. I'm down here from Boston visiting a buddy of mine. I've been listening to sports all week on the station.
Oh, you don't want to hear that crap.
Well, I don't know. I just was curious if that's. Do you talk about sports at all too?
No, absolutely do not.
Well, I just wanted to give you a little.
We try to do a 4-minute interlude. We don't want these people to become neurotic and obsessed with stuff that really isn't all that important.
Well, actually, in the grand scheme of things, football isn't important. But I just a little message for you guys down there because
what do you mean for you guys?
Well, I'm pretty popular up in Boston. I'm on the sports talk show.
Oh, good. Okay, then that's the first indication that you're off of this one. He's pretty popular on the sports shows. In other words, code for I'm a chronic caller. Well, sir, we got enough chronic callers of our own here. We don't need imports from Boston, okay? Go call Eddie Andelman. Go call somebody that wants to talk to you, okay? Go talk to the ghost of Jerry Williams on the weekend. Get out of here. Can you believe that? I'm pretty popular on the talk shows up there in Boston, so I thought I'd come down here. I mean, why does anybody go on vacation or whatever he's doing down here for the holidays maybe, and to come and talk to a talk show? So you got a problem while you're up there and you can't leave it behind. You need therapy, pal. You're a chronic talk show caller no matter where you go. At least one thing about our chronics, of course, our chronics never leave town anyway. That's the problem. They don't go anywhere. We have an open line at Broward 2 in Dade, or the other way around. However, we got a couple of lines. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile 1 line. That's great. That was good, sir. That was beautiful. I'm a chronic in Boston. Can I become a chronic down here on this station?
No.
Here's Fort Myers. Hello.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller, and I really like your show. And I have a question. I agree with you on the impeachment, not impeaching Clinton. Is there any way of getting a movement started of the people against the panel, the Congress, against it?
Yeah, getting a movement started in Fort Myers, that's not easy, I understand.
Well, but I mean across the country, you know, people get on the
How are we going to do that? How are we going to start a movement?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Sir, if I had any idea of how you got to call your congressman, you can email your congressman, you can send him a singing telegram, whatever you think will do it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to have to do it. The election didn't do it.
I'm going to tell you one thing that I know for sure. The people who are highly motivated are those the Christian coalition. They're going to be manning the phones and making 8 billion phony phone calls, all week long. That's going to be going on.
Yeah, right. I know. I disagree with everything that's going on, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. We've got to stop this.
Well, make a couple of calls, pal.
I will.
Okay. We have an open line in Day 2 in Broward, and like the lady called with Clay Shaw's number here last week, Thursday or Friday, whatever day it was, if people got other numbers for whoever the hell we want to call and get with it. Of course, then there's always Ileana Gross-Leighton. Are we going to worry about her?
No.
Rosanna Dana on a bad day? 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. What's the story with our WQAM van, by the way, now that time's wasting and it's almost 1 o'clock?
5:02.
Still in the same spot?
Yeah, but they're getting ready to pack up and go.
They're getting ready to pack it?
And they're going to go to the Hooters on Pines and University.
Oh, yeah, they're going to Hooters. See, that's what this deal is all about. They're going to Hooters is where they're going. This isn't about raising money for charity. This is about Sam and Chris getting laid is what this is all about. There you go. Now, if we can do both at the same time, I say more power to you guys. It's about raising money for charity and Sam and Chris getting a piece of ass. That's what this is all about. Or more than one, as the case may be. Well, if you want a good piece, how about going over to the Colonels, huh? Oh, I saw the bio of him on A&E, Harlan Sanders. Do you ever see that? Pretty interesting for a crusty old fart. Even his chicken wasn't as crusty as he was. But he and now that's our new poll question. ¿Quién es más macho, Colonel Sanders or Colonel Parker? Well, they're both dead anyway.
Were you fudge packing?
Goodbye, IOD. The memories are all that's left of a station that once had fame, and for AM that was quite a claim. Cox and Paxton were insane to blow it all, and when they build those condos and block that tower off, you'll be lowered down into your grave. And you were great at one time, but now you sound more like a signal drifting in the wind. And you'll never see numbers you can sell again. Yet Clear Channel knows what they're doing, or so they think. But no one's listening anymore, because they really speak. Goodbye, IOD, let go of Grego, Scoop the Pooper and the rest of that retarded team that remains of Paxton's old regime. Clear Channel has a scheme, but it's clear to see that despite all their corporate indignance, they can't hide the fact without Neil they got a crappy deal. And you were great at one time, but now you sound more like a signal drifting in the wind. And you'll never see numbers you can sell again. Yet Clear Channel knows what they're doing, or so they say, but no one's listening anymore, because they really stink.
This is Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie. I'm interested in getting some operations done.
Okay.
And some body contouring and some liposuction.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you get some tummy tuck and lip augmentation, cosmetic breast surgery, facelift, all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering...
What would you like to start with?
Well, I need to get everything done. Probably the first thing I'd like to have removed is my thing.
Okay, we don't do that.
No. Could you do breast implants, though?
It can be done, but I don't know if they would do it right away.
It puts the lotion in the basket. How much?
5,000.
Excellent. I'd like to have my skin resurfaced too. Laser surgery. Have the lambs stopped crying yet, Mommy?
Excuse me?
Don't hurt Mommy's little baby. It puts the lotion in the basket. I'd like to get the liposuction that I saw on TV.
Okay.
Can you make me look more like a woman?
Well, we'll have to see you first, and then upon looking at you, we can tell you that when we see you.
Should I wear my skin suit made of body parts, Mommy?
If you'd like to.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Would you like to make an appointment?
Yes.
Okay. There is a $100 consultation fee.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Buffalo Bill.
Okay, let me get a little information from you, okay? Just one moment.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Do you want to come in for a consultation for
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Okay. Would you like to make an appointment, or do you want to call me back?
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand.
I've got my skin suit nipple necklace.
Bill.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I understand that. Would you like to
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Would you like to make an appointment?
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Okay, I will talk to you another time, okay?
It puts the lotion in the basket. Hello?
Okay, yes, hello. Okay, 1247 at 560 WQAM. We have an open line in Dade, 2 in Broward. 567-0560. 560 on a mobile one line. Oh, God. Whew. Okay, so where are they now? Have they moved their location?
They're en route. They should be there before 1 o'clock at the Hooters on Pines and University.
Oh, that's right. Hooters,
right
Pines and University.
Donuts,
what is it?
Southeast corner. Hooters, Pines and University.
Pines and University. Southwest corner of what? Of Pines and University. Okay, look at that. The phone, we got 2 lousy calls left on the board. We've been kicking ass here for a Monday. We're playing All Request Monday. We're kicking some serious ass. We're getting Broward chronic calls from Boston. That guy, that caller right there, he is proof of what I've been saying for the last 100 years. This is a legitimate clinical psychiatric disorder, is chronic calls to talk shows. That's right. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. I've been saying that. People used to say, oh, you exaggerate. No way. I don't care, no matter what it is, no matter how rational, how normal, how real those people seem, if they're chronic callers on radio talk shows, they got a serious, serious problem. And usually when you meet them, they got like one eye like Cyclops in the middle of the forehead and, one ear where their rectum used to be, and etc. Serious problems. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Yeah, Neil. Listen, has anybody told you that, I forgot the guy's name, but he plays Nick on Young and the Restless? Do you know he has a band?
Josh Morrow.
Yeah. Do you know he has a band?
No.
Actually, I did read something about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Is he one of the boys in the band?
Yes, I guess he is.
Mm-hmm.
Him and... What was the guy's name, or do you remember the guy that raped Sharon on the show, like a couple years ago?
Oh, his name was Matt. He's on some other show now. He made it to the big time, that guy. I forget what show he's on, Matt.
He's in the band with Nick.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's him, Nick, and some other fruit.
And the other boys in the band, yeah.
Yeah, the song sucked, but I thought maybe if you like the Backstreet Boys, you might like it.
No, come on, don't say that. I'll guarantee you there are no Backdoor Boys.
I don't know.
Oh, they might be. Okay, thanks for the good news, and Happy New Year. What do you say? We have all 3 lines in Dade wide open, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. What? Oh, I thought you were going to impart some very important information there. Here, how is that possible? I'm not going to do a 2-for-1. I never saw that happen before. Look at that. We got a dead heat.
Wow.
Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil. Happy Hanukkah.
And back to you.
I was ashamed to hear about the governor. He was a good guy because he took on the tobacco companies.
Right.
I think that's what he's going to be known for.
You do?
Well, and other things.
I don't think there was any other governor who was ever known as the he-coon. I think that probably sets him apart.
I think the way he used the nickname was more or less like a wise thing. He was like the wise old man that looked over everything.
Uh-huh.
I think that's how he used it. The thing about Clinton, though, is just amazing. What appalls me, and I feel bad for the woman that her husband died, but what right does Mary Bono have being on that on the committee.
She's a bubblehead. She's a simpleton.
She really is.
In addition to which, by the way, if you were reading the tabloids, like I've told you as your homework assignment, you discover that she's been having an affair for I don't know how many years now with some guy that Sonny knew about, which is why he tried to change his will.
Yeah.
And Chastity and everybody else, they got this thing tied up in probate now with Sonny Bono's will, and she turns out to be another philanderer. And here we have another sanctimonious hypocrite, just like Henry Hyde, sitting on the Judiciary Committee.
Exactly.
There, and she's been screwing around for the last 12 years.
Exactly.
How do you like that?
Well, I don't like it. That's why I'm saying it. But the whole thing with Clinton, I couldn't watch it last week because I was so disgusted by what happened.
I mean, where did this come from all of a sudden? 2-3 weeks ago, after the elections in November, they were saying, well, they want it to go away.
Yeah.
Now they get the message. And all of a sudden, it's like somebody gave them another shot in the arm or so. Okay, here we go. We got a second wind. Now we're really going to go nuts.
But the funny thing was how, there's 21 Republicans and 16 Democrats.
Right. Every vote
came out 21 to 16.
Uh-huh.
Like, you didn't even have to know. You just knew it was going to be that way.
Yeah.
And you want to know the sad thing is that he's probably going to be impeached. I don't want him to.
But the point is, being impeached just means they're going to have a trial in the Senate, but there isn't a Chinaman's chance that that's ever going to pass.
Oh, of course not.
They're not going to convict him in the Senate. So what they're going to do is they're going to drag us through months and months and months, and we'll have to hear testimony from such devious people as Lucianne Goldberg and Linda Tripp and fat, pudgy Monica Lewinsky. All this, which we've already heard all of it. What more is there to say? There's nothing new.
No, there isn't. The other thing is also, why does in the news, seeing as how Chiles died, why do they have to interview Jeb Bush or even mention his name? There's no reason for that. The governor died. Why do they have to talk about the future governor? There's no need for that.
Yeah, especially at a time when we're supposed to be joyous and Jewish for the holidays.
Exactly.
Okay,
all right,
pal.
man. Thanks.
Have a great day. What do you say? We have an open line at Broward 1 at Dade, 567. Maybe because it puts the lotion in the basket. Did you ever stop and think about that? We just need to take that one line and stick that in here, huh? I'll just play that for 4 hours. It puts the lotion in the basket. There you go. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, speaking of that, talk about the timing. One moment, please. Where's the A section? Where's the section, A? Anthony Hopkins says, did you read this? That he will quit acting because he finds it very bad for one's mental health. Hopkins, 60, said that after 35 years in the business, he finds it tiresome, disturbing, and deeply distasteful. I want to do something else with my life, he said, adding that he explained all this to his wife and agent. After winning an Oscar for the Best Actor in '92 for Silence of the Lambs, Hopkins summed up his career. I've done 1 or 2 good films and some bad films, he said. It was a complete waste of time. But then he added, I'm very grateful to the business. They paid me well, but I've got enough money to live for the rest of my life. I like Los Angeles, and I'm just going to drop out, he said. He's had enough of the bull crap, and he's going to go out there and just drop out and spend all of his money and have a good time. Nice going, Tony. He said, one good thing about making all that money, it puts the lotion in the, that's what he said. Here's a mobile in Tamarack. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
What's up with this baseball deal? Can you believe it? They'll never get another nickel out of my pocket.
Not me either, man. I won't watch any more games. I don't care what the story is. I want no more part of it. It's out of my life.
I lost interest back, when the strike and everything, and they started to get me back a little bit last year with all that crap with McGuire.
And it goes to show you how stupid they are. They got a miracle last year with the Sosa and McGuire thing and all the renewed interest there, and so they got a little bit of a kiss. They won back, a lot of national publicity that they would never have had otherwise, and all of a sudden they shoot themselves in the feet again, these crazy owners, with these outrageous, unacceptable goddamn salaries.
Yep, and I won't even renew my Major League Baseball package on my dish. I'm not
going to do it. Good.
I'm not going to.
You know something? You just gave me a good idea. I'm not going to do it either. They can stuff away the moon
It's not worth it. And then, now Clemens, you see Roger Clemens, they wanted to trade for him to Houston, and he says if he goes there, he wants to be the highest paid. So that means he's going to make more than Brown.
Right, he's going to have to make $16 million a year, right?
It's unbelievable. And oh, well, that's the way it is. And hopefully baseball goes
and
down
the Toronto newspapers this weekend, by the way, speaking of Roger Clemens, said they'll pack him a salami sandwich and get the hell out of town. It couldn't be fast enough for them.
Absolutely. That's good. And I'm going to go ahead and get your CDs there with my business. I'm not going to plug my business because I don't want any of these schleppers that you got on your show following my business.
I don't blame you.
Hanging around my place, so I'll go ahead and do it off the air.
Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks. Okay, we have an open line at Broward. Fine. Just say
no
to baseball. That's my message for 1999, okay? Just say
no
to baseball. Tell them where to stick it, Okay? Right. Bunch of overpaid pansies. They get a hangnail. They're sidelined for a month, okay? Wow, gee, I got a hangnail. Yeah, right. Hang this. Guys that are hitting 225, they're making $4 or $5 million a year. They're not up there with the elite status yet. They're only making $3, $4, $5 million a year to hit 215. Guys that couldn't have made AAA ball, they couldn't have made the goddamn Rochester Red Wings 40 years ago. And they're supposedly major league ball players now because we got big league teams in Batavia, in Lockport, in Irondequoit, in Ishpeming, Michigan, in goddamn Ypsilanti.
They're there.
They're there. They're at Hooters on the corner of Pines and University and Pembroke Pines. Sam and Chris and Dave and the ganze Mishpacha, okay? Sam and Dave.
So 1 to 2 hours.
Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker. Oh! Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker. Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker. Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker. Iraq's a crappy little country. Smells like the mustache on his face. Just get rid of that. You're in drinking chubby and blow up the whole goddamn place. Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker. 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 Saddam Hussein's a motherfucker.
102 at 560 WQM. The Nasdaq's down 35. The Dow's down 65 points. The markets continue to do they can talk about, corporate earnings, and they can talk about this and that, but most of it has got to do with all this Penisgate crap, with this right wing. I'm going to tell you something, and when we get to which we will, after Thursday and Friday, they'll pass at least one article in the House and move on to a trial in the Senate. And then you're going to see a economic in the markets like you wouldn't believe, not just here but all over the world. And you can thank those good old right-wing Republicans who've totally lost their mind. There's Bubba right over there with that bearded Yasser Arafat, okay, with that smelly old Arab. And they're high-fiving and low-high-fiving and whatever the hell they're doing. All over the goddamn world this stuff is going on, and they're looking at us like, are you people out of your mind? He lied about getting a blowjob from some bimbo, and you people are going to want to remove him from office, you crazy, hypocritical, sanctimonious assholes who are busy breaking up people's marriages and screwing around behind Sonny Bono's back. See, that was the bad point. Remember when the first the Dan Coates thing came out and then the Henry Hyde thing? They should have never stopped. They should have gone on with every piece of sleaze about every one of those goddamn bastards. Then all of a sudden it would have stopped. In fact, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if part of the reason the Newtmeister didn't just resign as Speaker of the House, but resigned his seat altogether. Because, boy, you talk about some real crappy sleaze waiting in the woodwork to come out on him that they had. They had him by the short hairs and the curly ones. Here's a mobile in Tavernier. Hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Before I ask for a shameless request, I'd like to share a TV accident I had last night. I saw Jerry Falwell on that Geraldo show.
Oi! Yeah, what the hell is that fat-faced piece of crap making the rounds for again, huh?
He needs his lotion.
Oi!
Yeah. He recommended that Clinton, being a born-again Southern Baptist, he should do the moral thing and resign.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the guy's just unbelievable. But that beside the point. Could I make a shameless request?
Yes, sir.
For my supervisor.
See, isn't it interesting, by the way, how they all start singing the same tune at the same time? First, it was going to be impeachment. Then it was going to be censure. Then it was going to be impeachment again. Then all of a sudden, over the weekend, they got on their bat lines together. Now he should do the right thing and step aside and spare us this lengthy impeachment trial in the Senate.
Oh, I mean, we haven't seen Falwell for a while. We'll see him left and right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or
mostly right, yeah, far right.
Yeah. Anyway, from my supervisor, could you play that Harvey Fierstein sort of bit on softball?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And have a great day.
Good.
What the hell's that called? I know what it's called. Okay, we have an open line at Dade 1 in Broward, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Lawton Chiles, Elvis Presley, Joe DiMaggio. Which one of those three names really sets your heart a-fluttering, okay? Which one of those three men? Lawton Chiles, Joe DiMaggio, who's right on the edge, by the way, but let's not talk about it because we don't want to piss him off, and Elvis Presley. Greatest contributor to the human race. I can only think of one he-coon when you come right down to it. There have been plenty of kings. There have been plenty of Yankee sluggers, but there was only one he-coon. Something to think about. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
Yeah, this Bono bitch. First of all, the reason why Sonny didn't even put together his will or sign the will is because he caught her cheating with a karate instructor.
Uh-huh.
He was going to be leaving the house because he tried making the relationship work. The day that he died, that next weekend, he was moving in with his mother's because the marriage wasn't working, found out that she was cheating with him,
Yeah.
and this was like the third guy that she was cheating with.
Right.
Now she's sitting on a panel reading stuff.
Looking around like a lost puppy dog, like, what the hell am I doing here? Right.
Right. She's got stuff in front of her that the guys behind her wrote for her. Ask her this, ask him this. She has no clue. First of all, she's cheating like a whore, and you expect her to. You're supposed to watch this and say, hey, maybe we're doing the right thing. Let's get rid of the president.
Right.
You got everyone there. Who's not dipped their dick in something?
Yeah.
I mean, to sit there and say, you know, they were talking that he might resign, this and that.
There isn't a Chinaman's chance. Let me say it again. The CNN poll over the weekend, brand new poll. 62% of the American people said no when they asked should he resign. 62%, and you know as well as I do, neither election did he get anywhere near 62%. So millions and millions of people who never even voted for him either time he ran still think he's doing a hell of a job and cut the crap, is what they're saying.
And they're saying, listen, just admit to a perjury. We're sanctuary you. We'll let it go. The second he admits to perjury, they're going to string him up by his toenail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a trick 42.
They're going to say, as soon as you get out of office, sweetheart, you're going straight to jail. Do not pass go. Right.
Exactly. Shameless request.
Yes, sir.
The guy calling up and telling his wife that he fired the husband.
Okay.
I think that's a classic one to say, like the Congress calling Hillary and telling them that Clinton's sleeping with the secretary.
With the Fishers. Okay, have a great day, pal. He's all worked up to a frenzy. That's the kind of caller we like to hear.
Oh.
He's pissed off and fired up, baby. He's headed up to his goddamn rear. Sick and tired of this bull crap. Sanctimonious bunch of right-wing goody two-shoes, man. And they're all diddling each other. They're diddling anything that moves. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We got the Hank Goldberg show from Shula Steak 2 coming along at 2 o'clock. We got the Bookster briefly at 6 o'clock because at 8 o'clock we got a Monday night football game that'll make you find something else to do. We got the Lions at the 49ers. Here's a mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know what I was thinking? We're always talking, when I say we, I mean the public, we're always saying how, you know, these athletes, these actors, they all get away with murder. They're above the law. They're showing, here's a chance. Maybe this will set a precedent. Maybe they'll go after everyone. If they can get the president, they can get anyone.
Yeah.
That's my thought on that.
Okay. What did he say? Okay, 2 open lines in Broward, 1 in Dade, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line.
Where do you find Hank Goldberg? Right where you got it. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil, God.
Hi, it's Harvey Firestein. Maybe you heard about the gay softball tournament about to take place down in Nashville? Well, I happen to be the manager of the softball team at the Putnam Way Inn, where we really enjoy Putnam Way Inn. Okay? We're looking for players. Really, aren't we all? And believe you me, there's plenty of openings to be filled. Maybe you're the right man for the job. Listen, we'll do everything we can to get you in your favorite position. We emphasize the squeeze play, the grand slam, singles, doubles, triples, whatever, tickles your feathers there. Bases on balls.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Well, it is, but it's a good hurt. I think you know what I mean. Listen, whether you're a pitcher, a catcher, or just playing the field, come on down and try out. Everybody makes the team. And makes the team, and makes the team, and makes the team. And if you can't make the team, you can always be a ball boy. Guys, you don't have to be great, all right? I mean, there's no embarrassment if a fly should drop, or if you pop up or something like that. And if you get tagged, that's okay too. I mean, really. Let's face it, what's better than being slapped with some hard leather when you're sliding home? Another feature you might enjoy about the situation is we play games where we're tied up for hours, all right? So listen to Harvey. Come on down and play in one of the tightest divisions you'll ever find, but just remember the rules. If you're not safe, You're out.
113 at 560 WQM, so they're dying over there is what Sam said.
Estuvo muy bien aquí.
Sam and Chris found an even deader location than when they were in Miami Lakes. They're at the Hooters, Pines and University in Pembroke Pines, waiting for you to come by and buy your Best of Neil CDs and cassettes and T-shirts, etc. What, have they got nothing over there yet? Well, I'm going to tell you, better get with it because otherwise they're going to be there for a long time to get to $1,000. We raised $502 last report from the other location. They could be there a long, long time. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Which is probably why they went to Hooters. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. I was calling to tell you about Esquire's Man of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
It's Linda Tripp this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying it's not just because she looks like a man, but it's because she's so, conniving and backstabbing.
Yeah.
And then also while I was on hold waiting for you, your bit about Harvey Fierstein, did you see he redid The Ugly Duckling and it's the Sissy Duckling?
No.
Yeah. And, well, happy Chinooka, and I have a request, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
If you can play a request for the love of my life, Juan, he's not a Julio, but if you can do either the duck story or Big Black Guy Named Ben.
Or both. Okay.
Or both.
Okay, have a
Thanks,
happy.
Neil.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The duck story, okay? Or Big Black Duck Named Ben. We have an open line at Dade, 1 in Broward, 5 in Palm Beach, 275 on the West Coast, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello. Miami Lakes.
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
Just wanted to let you know I stopped by the McDonald's over at Northwest 67th Avenue, and it looked kind of slow, but I picked up your part 1 of Best of Neil.
Well, thank God for you, man.
Yeah, just wanted to contribute a bit to your good cause, and just wanted to give you congratulations on a great show that you do have, and how you bring out all the issues that all the ignorance in this town try to ignore.
Well, thank God for me. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, have
a great life. Okay, getting pretty slim now. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We'll just catch up with these requests, then we'll sign off. We'll go home. We'll say, hey, we'll go over to Hooters. Maybe I'll throw in a few more bucks.
Oh, my God, that feels so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, play with my balls. Play with my balls. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, just roll them around. It was so good. Oh, my God. I love it when you... Uh-oh, slow down. Don't move. I'll go get you a towel.
Oh, you smell today. Oh, you got body odor that just won't go away. Walking through the mall, I met this little man. He smelled kind of strange, just like a garbage can. I said, what is that smell? And he said, it isn't me. But then he got a whiff and the smell knocked him to his knees. Oh, you smell today. You got body odor that just won't go away. Oh, you smell today. You got body odor, so please go home and bathe. Just the other day, I went to the deli. I had some garlic toast with Limburger cheese. Then I washed it down with an onion shake. The waitress smelled my breath and it was more than she could take. She said, oh, you smell today. You got body odor that just won't go away. Oh, you smell today. You got body odor, so please go home and bathe. Boy, you stink.
118 at 560 WQM. Happy holidays from all your good friend. What was that? Oh, that was. I thought maybe we had an update. I thought maybe we got a quick 3-400 over there at Hooters, huh? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Maybe from now on they'll let us kind of pick a spot, okay? As opposed to going where they want to get laid is what this is really all about. Here's a mobile in Jupiter. Hello.
Hey, Neil, I have a question about that CD, the one you're using for the fundraiser there. I'm going to pick one up for myself. But is that like something that's like regionally local humor that somebody, if I mailed it away, wouldn't understand what was going on, or is this like across the board stuff that anybody could enjoy?
Across the board.
All right, and then does it matter that it's a Christmas present for like a homophobic guy?
No, that would make it even better.
Yeah, I agree. And let's go Jets, huh?
Okay, have a great life, pal. Whatever you say. Yeah, hold your breath. Okay, 2 open lines in day 2 in Broward. We're getting down to the very slim pickings now. 567-0560. Probably all getting ready for Governor Bumpkin's funeral. Is that what it is? Must be. No interest. The governor dies. Governor dies. Just they find his body 7.5 hours later, right near his exercise bike, George. And do these people care?
No.
When Mel Allen died, did they care?
No.
Joe DiMaggio, that they care about. He's not even dead yet. That they're very whipped up to a frenzy about Joe DiMaggio. Can they tell us why?
No.
We don't know why. He was an icon. He was the last link between today and America's innocent past, whatever that means. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hi, that's it. Happy New Year.
And back to you. That must have been one of them. That must have been one of the 2 Live Jews. What? What are you laughing about? They're from here. They're yokel. Now, he heard me play his bit, so he's on the phone, okay? There you go. It's 2 Live Jews. Oh, so I guess I better plug their 2 Live Jews present Christmas Jews. That's their new CD, by the way. I guess that was the purpose of the call, with a heavy phony accent. Christmas Jews. That's where that thing was I just got through playing. Here's a call in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hello, Dale.
Yes, sir.
I have a request for where to set up to sell those CDs. But if you send them over here to Fort Myers for a couple hours, I mean, everybody who listens to it would probably race over to buy them. I know I would, because I don't really have the time to make it all the way down to Borders and Sunrise or all these other little places they set up. Any chance of that?
Well, no. All you got to do is pick up the phone and make a call, though. Don't mail them.
Yeah, well,
been done.
It's an idea. I mean, I don't.
954-563-3600. 954-563-3600. That's all you got to do. Don't even have to leave your home, and they will whip them out in the mail for you right away, and the CDs too. Open line in Broward, 400 in Dade, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Pembroke Pines, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
I just wanted to ask you a couple of hockey questions. Why would the Flyers trade Chris Gratton back over for
Because he stunk the joint out with them, that's why. Because they just got Michael Renberg back, who is a hell of a player, and Chris Gratton has been a zero. They moved him from center to left wing, and he stunk the joint out there. He just didn't adapt.
I know Renberg's a good player, but he hasn't been scoring much with Tampa.
Well, who the hell would score with Tampa when you play? See, the idea a guy doesn't do well on a crap team doesn't mean anything to me. It means nothing.
Oh, well, do you think they're going to move
I think Michael Renberg will be much more positive for Philadelphia than Gratton was.
Do you think they're going to put him right up on the Legion of Doom?
No, they are not. They already said they weren't. Why would they do that when Keith Jones is playing so great there?
That's true. I would thought that maybe a year
They'll
or
put
two.
him on the Brindamore line.
I thought maybe a year or two ago they would have put Zubris up there on the right wing.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the younger, faster players in the league.
Why would you mess when you got a line like LeClaire and Lindros and Keith Jones? Why would you mess with that line?
Well, I didn't.
That's probably the best line in the league right now.
I didn't realize that Keith Jones was going to have that good of a year.
Well, he's doing great.
Can I call a couple of people douchebags?
Yes, sir.
Ron Schultz, you're a poker-raising douchebag. And John Roberts, you're a backstabbing, two-faced, Indian-giving, lying douchebag.
Well, other than that, happy holidays. Okay, thank you, sir. They're friendly. They're in a good Christmas Hanukkah mood, baby. They're doing it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Even I'm starting to get incoherent. I'm getting punchy from these people. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning or good afternoon. How
Good
you
evening.
doing?
Great.
How are you?
Okay.
How was Toronto?
Great. We're still there.
Yeah? Yeah, it's a wonderful town. I was wondering, you probably didn't see it because you were away, but I missed the beginning of the show. I was wondering if anybody mentioned to you that those 2 authors of that book, I believe it's called Pros and Cons, that you talked about.
Right.
The 2 authors were on one of the Talking Head shows, I believe it was yesterday morning.
They've been all over the place.
They were really very, very, very interesting and really very alarmed at the whole situation with the NFL. Didn't you talk to Don Yeager, the one guy?
Yeah, a week ago Friday he called in on the show.
Yeah, I remember. Both of them very articulate, very, very interesting interviews actually. And I think it was on the ABC show. Let me play this call right here. Anyway, it was just very interesting. I figured you probably didn't see it because you're away.
Right.
But I will not go to a Marlins game. I got tickets for the Toronto hockey game, though. Toronto and our Panthers, I'll go to that. But
Yeah.
I won't support baseball anymore.
Amen. Okay, just
Forget it.
to baseball, pal. That's our motto for '99.
And I've got all your CDs back to about 91 or 92.
And God bless you.
Awesome.
And have a
good holiday.
And a happy. Okay. We have 2 open lines in Broward, 2 in Dade. We're just kidding ourselves this last hour. We should have signed off at 1 o'clock. It would have been a pretty decent Monday, but now it's really, we're extracting, we're reaching in there, we're twisting, we're yanking. Because let's face it, you're going to have 20 hours today of gnashing teeth, of people, wah, because the Dolphins lost another game last night, because Jimmy, as usual, chokes in the big games. I don't want to hear about Dallas. You know, Dallas was 100 years ago. I don't want to hear about the criminals and the hurricanes. That was 1,000,000 years ago. This is now. That was then. This is now. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Too bad we don't have 40 hours in a day. Then we could have 36 hours today of people calling in going, wah. Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Great.
Neil, I thought I'd combine your 2 favorite subjects into one. You'd get a kick out of it. Religious insignificance and hockey. A while ago, I was in Boston. I saw bumper stickers that Jesus saves. You know what somebody smacked on after there?
Oh, and then this is so old. It's so old.
Seen it? Okay. I just was reminded.
Okay, thank you. Okay, open line in Broward, 2 in Dade. Please don't reach way back into the Stone Age for your material. If you got something for us, great. If not, sit back, take a good barium enema, and relax. 125 at 560 WQN.
Where do you find Joe Rose, Jeff DeForest, and Steve Goldstein? The first team, right where you got it. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Want a lollipop, little boy?
Someone open up the window, 'cause somebody just cut the trees. The aroma is appalling and makes it difficult to breathe. You know I only had a very small lunch right down the street at One Hung Long, and there's no chance I'd blast that kind of gas that's so pungent and so strong. If that's what you're thinking, you're all wrong. It wasn't me, babe. Oh no, 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 it wasn't me, babe. It wasn't me who let one go, babe. Treading nimbly to the restroom as it trickles down my leg. You can blame me if you want to, but I only have to go and make. If what you say is true and I'm the one, it should grow weaker while I'm gone. But someone else is blowing them out. The smell will linger long after I'm gone. And everyone will find out they were wrong. It wasn't me, babe. Oh no, 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 it wasn't me, babe. It wasn't me who let one go, babe. It wasn't me who let one go, babe. I said, oh no, 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 it wasn't me, babe. I said, oh no, 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 it wasn't me, babe. It wasn't me who got the cheese.
You didn't know why I played that, don't you? Did it have its desired effect? To the IHateBocaBrian.com?
Yes.
Good. Well, I played it for 2 reasons. Number one, because we're doing the Mary Bono is a mindless, hypocritical twit, which she is. And number 2, because every time I play a Boca Brian bit, that guy calls. Well, you know, Boca Brian, somehow resisted his advances. He kept his honor. And this guy, every time we play a Boca Brian bit, he's calling up Hawking, Georgia, China. Boca Brian, son, better. Yeah, get a life, pal. Get a new boyfriend. Here's a mobile in Aventura. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to know where all of the so-called holiday spirit is. I don't know if you've been out doing any shopping.
No, I have
over
not.
the last week or so. But I was out doing my little holiday shopping. In every store that I've been in, it seems as if I'm bothering salespeople.
Yeah.
Not a one of them even responds like when they're done with you, ringing you up, taking your money. Not one of them say, happy holidays, anything like that to you.
Yeah.
It's like they're bugging you.
Well, it's like they want to be consistent like they are the rest of the year, right? Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You're the best.
Listen, I don't know why people come here from New York. I know why I came here from up north, because I really like it here a lot better. And I guess as much as you complain and I complain too about the area, the reason that we're here is because we like it better.
We do?
Well, I mean, we like it better than the alternative, or else we'd go back, you know. If we didn't like it, we probably wouldn't be here.
It all depends on what you're talking about. I mean, if you like the weather better than freezing your ass off, I think most sane people like the weather better, at least parts of the year, than freezing their ass off. In terms of almost anything else, I would disagree with you, sir. I don't. No, I don't. I'm here because I make a very good living here, and I've invested about 100 years of my life here, and that's it. That's why I'm here. This is a vast wasteland. This is a nothing. This is a zero. This is a place where, you know, I have to laugh. I'm looking at this article about the sports stadiums and arenas. Now they're playing in front of all these empty crowds because there's so much to do here. I mean, yeah, if your idea of life is playing tennis and golf and snorkeling, I guess there's a lot to do here.
Well, me, I'm from mid-Michigan. It doesn't take that much to impress me, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm here because I kind of dig it. I like it.
Well, good.
And
there's always got to be one.
For people that have so much disrespect for the area that they continually they on purpose slam the teams when they go to the stadiums, and they sort of are in your face about where they're from. As far as I'm concerned, they're just cowards because they don't want to go back. What do you mean they slam?
Now you're sounding like Joe's brother-in-law. Well, what does that mean? I mean, if you're
I think they're cowards because they don't have the courage to live where they want to live.
If you're a fan of a team, what does that have to do with where you live?
That's the only permanent thing about a team, buddy.
So, in other words, if you're a Buffalo fan, you have to live in Buffalo the rest of your life?
No, but you have to have some kind of I would think that a person would have some kind of a geographic connection. Now, don't get me wrong.
If you lived in Buffalo for 40 years and you retired and came down here, why would you be a Miami fan in any sport? If you lived in Cleveland for 100 years,
I wouldn't necessarily be a Miami fan, but I wouldn't be an obnoxious, in-your-face, I hate you, I like where I'm from.
Well, but now you're talking about obnoxious New Yorkers, okay? And most of them came here.
Well, that's probably true. But you know, the point is, especially
what is
when
the
it comes
point?
to New York. I think it's true that New Yorkers are obnoxious a lot of times, and I think the reason is because New York.
Okay, well, listen, call up one of the sports shows and talk about the Jets game. Okay, we have an open line in Broward, 56770. See, this to me, I can't deal with it. If you like a sports team or you don't like a sports team, that's fine. Is it really that important?
No.
Of course not. I mean, if you're going to use it as an excuse to hate somebody else, whether it's like religion or because their color of their skin is a little bit 2 shades a little too dark or too light or whatever it is, fine, then you got a problem. One more good reason to be pissed off at other people. But Jesus, this thing with the Jets, and this station, by the way, is partly responsible for that idiotic mentality. That Jets and the Dolphin thing and the Heat and the Knicks thing, I mean, you know, it gets so ponderous and boring after a while. And the bottom line is they played a football game last night again. They played their second game of the season, and the Jets beat them again for the second time, and the final score was really not indicative of the game from everything I read and hear, and they won the game, and that's it. And life goes on. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I think these Panthers are able to really hang out with these West Coast teams.
Do I think what?
You think they'll be able to play with these West Coast teams in their conference? The Panthers?
The West Coast team in their conference. Who are the West Coast team in our conference? Sir. Sir, speak to me. My dumb Julio friend, my illiterate chronic, yeah, right. Will they be able to play with the West Coast team in their conference, which is the Eastern Conference, which there are no West Coast. There's the West Coast of Florida team, which thank God we don't have that one, the lightweights, but there are no West Coast teams in the Eastern Conference. Last time I looked at the standings, last time I checked my map. Another hockey expert. There you go. All right. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil God, I got something to share with you about the president. I have a friend in Tallahassee where I went to school that tells me you got to work for the Republican committee. He's a hillbilly. I said, these people are machugonists. He didn't know what I meant. They're fascist maniacs. You know that? These are the same people that ousted everyone on the border regions up in Tallahassee. All right? They ousted everyone, they cut, and now they want to throw this guy out. They want to throw him out for nothing. It's disgusting. It's the fall of America. It's the fall of an empire to watch these people work. They got evil in their eyes. They got poison in their eyes if you watch them. Another thing, Neil.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
But it puts the lotion in the basket.
He puts the lotion in the basket.
Uh-huh.
8 years ago, the Kosher Gourmet, a fine deli on Sunrise Boulevard in between Pine Island and University. We used to send you knishes over at the other scumbag station. You remember?
I remember, sure.
Remember Crazy Mel, the knish man?
Mm-hmm.
Mel's now got Dubin Insurance Agency in Tamarack. Instead of knishes, he's selling insurance. Wanted to get a little plug in there for
Okay,
him.
happy Chinooka.
Thank you.
Get out of here. That's the reason he called. He don't care about the Board of Regents. He don't care about Penis Gate, Monica Gate, Stain Gate, any of that. He cares about getting in the plug because what the hell, he's Jewish. What's wrong with that? 23 before 2 at 560 WQAM.
Where do you find Ed Kaplan? Right where you got it. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
There's no facts in the church.
Have you ever had an alien anal probe? You ever been impregnated by a creature from a far-off galaxy? I bet the only thing you took away from the experience was a strange rash and that chip that's still in your brain. Well, how'd you like to pick up a nice lump of cash the next time an intergalactic traveler decides to pick you up? Well, now you can with abduction insurance. You've heard the crazy farmers and low-rent white trash talk about it, so you know it's true. Alien abductions do happen. And now, for the first time in the history of mankind, you can actually benefit from your next abduction. Just pay us a little bit each month, and the next time you take a little trip, come back to Earth and show us that chip in your head or the rod in your ass, and the claim is as good as yours. Abduction insurance. Sign up today and get free as a bonus a meteorite-proof umbrella, just in case.
143 at 560 WQAM. Got some bad news from our remote location out there with the QAM van. Real bad news. They're dying over there. That's what Sam said. They're dying over there at the... Well, you know, if they go to places, instead of trying to get laid, if they go to places like, you know, near shopping malls, stuff like that. But these guys want to get laid. They want to pick up some chicks out there, which is their prerogative. How about doing that after 2 o'clock would be good? Instead of going out there to Hooters, Pines and University, you'd think that that'd be a busy location, wouldn't it?
It's a very busy intersection.
In Pembroke Pines, shouldn't that be our audience there? Shouldn't that be millions of our people there? And they got under $100 there, so we got still under $600 for the whole day, and we're going to make $1,000 for the day every day on these QAM van things, even if they have to stay there till 1, 2, 3 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, even if they have to be there when we come back tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock and start all over again. But goddamn, are you people slow out there in Pembroke Pines? What is the story with that? I guess what we're discovering is that we have pockets of listeners. You know what I'm saying? We have little pockets in Plantation. We got a little pocket down there. Where were they the other day that we had a little bit of response on US 1?
The Grove.
Oh, in the Grove. Yeah, we got some closet people in the Grove. But you have to be just in the right place, in the right neighborhood, within about 2 or 3 blocks of where all these people are. Otherwise, we hit these big, gigantic gaps. Here's a mobile implantation. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just a couple of words about what's going on in Washington. First of all, Tom DeLay, the bug man.
Nazi, yeah.
The bug man from Texas.
Uh-huh.
A very interesting thing happened in 1992 when Mr. Chief Justice Rehnquist changed the procedure for selecting the 3-judge panel that picked the independent counsel. Very briefly, these guys used to be retirees from both parties who had no particular axe to grind.
Mm-hmm.
And along came Iran-Contra Gate, and then the Whitewater, the initial Whitewater Independent Counsel wasn't doing much. And so in 1992, the head of the 3-judge panel was replaced by a former Reagan right-wing zealot who in turn appointed Mr. Starr. And guess who's going to be presiding in the Senate? Mr. Rehnquist.
Oh, yeah, that's right, of course.
So, and everybody seems to sort of like be preoccupied with Christmas shopping while the entire Constitution is turned upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no defending this guy, but
some of the stuff that they were talking about, which nobody is paying any attention or listening to, some of the stuff that they were bringing up in the impeachment articles about how he lied to his cabinet members, how in God's name, he lied to them about whether he was having sex with this woman, not about anything that had to do with government.
He lied to Socks the cat, too. So what?
And to Buddy.
Well, yeah, but anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
What is it going to take? A right-wing coup to...
What do you mean, what is it going to take? They're already doing it. It's in the process. I hate to break the news to you. They're in the process. It's already underway.
Let's hope it takes a turn for the better.
Okay, and have a great day. 2 open lines in Day 2 in Broward. The public is not interested in this. They want to know a little bit more about Joe DiMaggio. Did he have a good PM today? How are things going with Jolton Joe? And they want to go out there and do their shopping and light the candles on the menorah and go out and get the light bulbs on the Hanukkah bush. And that's it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I can't believe we're dying in Pembroke Pines. Just come in this morning. We got beautiful totals over 85 grand with still 7 of the 8 border stores to report in. We got the outlying precincts going to be reporting in tomorrow on Wednesday. We could be up there close to 90 grand already. And this thing worked miraculously on Thursday with a QAM van. It worked great on Friday, over $1,000 each day. And we got a real big smile on our puss, real optimistic. We're going to get the big number. And we go out today, and there you go. Excuse us for infringing on your time, okay? Excuse us, especially there in Pembroke Pines. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you today?
Okay, sir.
I had an opportunity to go out to the new arena to watch the Panthers play.
Yeah?
I found out the big problem out there. Aside from no enthusiasm on the ice, there's no enthusiasm in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the story? You go to Maple Leaf Garden or the
Sir,
Forum.
this isn't Maple Leaf Gardens. It's not the Forum. It's not Madison Square Garden. There are 18,000 people in there, and maybe 10 or 20% of them really are there because they care about the team, because they understand the game, and the rest of them are there for whatever reason. You'd have to ask them, because it's something to do, somewhere to go. Somebody gave them the tickets. That's why they're there.
Right. It's just a total event.
This is not a hockey town, sir. These people don't know from hockey.
When do you think it's ever going to become a hockey town, considering you have half these people from Montreal come down here, and New Yorkers come down here to watch the game, but there's still no electricity in the stands. Everyone sits on their hands.
Yeah.
You think it's ever going to change?
Well, maybe if they put some more T-shirts up into the crowd, we get them animated.
Oh!
Let's start doing that while the game is going on. I think this guy just gave us a real good idea. In fact, the Panther Patrol, they're on skates. They can skate pretty quick. While when the action is down at one end of the ice, they can be down the other end, slinging the shirts up into the crowd. Hey! And everybody's screaming and yelling, and they're watching themselves up on the big scoreboard up there. I mean, it won't add anything to the team or to, scoring any goals, but it'll add some more excitement in the atmosphere this guy wants. You can't manufacture it. You cannot manufacture enthusiasm. You can manufacture fake enthusiasm, which I've been talking about for the last couple of years now. That kind of crap, and everybody juking and jiving and watching themselves up on the screen. But when you got about 70 or 80% of the people in there who don't even understand what's going on out there, like this guy before who calls and asks me about when are we going to be able to beat the teams in the Western teams in our conference, I assume meaning that we lost to Calgary the other night. God. And when you got guys like Michael Russo, who's just a fat, like I said at the beginning of the show, just a big rotund schmuck, who's nothing more than the propagandist. He's the propaganda voice for the organization, giving us a song and a dance about Stu Barnes and how he's on the fourth line with Pittsburgh, and they're disgruntled and they'd like to cut his salary because they're almost bankrupt and they had to borrow $20 million to make the payroll and yada, yada, yada. In the meantime, he just scores his 13th goal on Saturday in a 4-3 Penguin win over St. Louis. Does anybody on the Panthers have 13 goals?
No.
Marty Straka's got 14. Anybody got 14?
No.
Anybody got 12?
No.
Anybody got 11?
No.
And Michael Russo, as usual, writing whatever it is that they want him to write, whatever will curry favor with the organization. You're just a suckhole, Mike. Why don't you face it, okay? You and that dark-complected friend of yours over there at the Herald that writes the same article that you write every day, just by coincidence, because you put in the paper whatever it is that they tell you to put in. What a joke. You pick up the Toronto Sun or the Toronto Star or a real newspaper in a real sports town, and you read columns where people have got something to say, not just where people are parroting whatever the organization tells them to put in there. But hey, it works easy here because most of the people don't know what the hell they're talking about anyway. Stu who? Hey, we're not going to stew over it anymore. Chris Wells looks real good up there in the stands in that suit.